Okay, good evening, everyone. You're welcome to this meeting. Hello, could you please mute yourself? Everyone, could you please mute yourself? And if you need to talk, then you can unmute yourself. So, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to this meeting. The purpose of this meeting is to give everyone the opportunity, especially beginner and intermediate investors. It's an opportunity for you to ask all your questions, and then we can provide answers to your questions. I do know there might be some experienced investors on this meeting. If you are an experienced investor, you can also share your experience with us. There will be opportunities for you to answer questions and for you to impact on the beginner investors and intermediate investors. Once again, please, everyone, mute yourself. I did mention that when you are joining this meeting, you should be in an environment where there will be no distraction to you and also where there will be no background noise. So everyone, please mute yourself. Thank you. Okay, just 1 minute. Right. Okay. So we're going to start now. As I said earlier on, it's an opportunity for everyone to ask their question. So what I would suggest is, if you do want to ask a question, raise up your hand using the button. Using the button. There is a button you should be able to click on your phone or on your laptop, and then it will show that you are raising your hand up, so that everybody is not talking at the same time or asking, to be allowed to talk. So the people that raise up their hand, they will be called. I don't know, I might be able to call you according to how you raise up your hand, or I might just do a random selection or call people's name randomly, those who have raised up their hand, and then their question will be answered. Also, I would like to say that please make your question to be very brief and direct to the point so that it can be answered on time, and then we can move to the next person. I do hope there will be opportunity for as many people as possible to be able to ask their questions, because if there are maybe about 20 people or even more than that on this meeting, if only 2 people are able to ask questions, that would not be fair enough. So we want everyone to be able to ask their questions. Okay, so let me see. I can't see anybody raising up their hand. So maybe what I'm just going to say is, whoever wants to go first should ask their question, because people are not raising up their hand. So anybody who wants to ask question, please go ahead and ask your question. You can all unmute yourself, but please avoid background noise. Avoid any distraction. So please ask your questions.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My name is Abubakar Ibrahim, and thank you for giving us this opportunity to be part of this this wonderful program. And my question is, if somebody want to invest now, and maybe in the financial institutions, and going by the fundamentals, I can see that UBA and Access banks are actually coming down the price. This is an opportunity for one to buy or to invest in these institutions. What is your advice? Are you thinking that the price will continue to nosedive, or it will rise between now to maybe probably December, maybe when you want to take up your profit. Thank you,
Right.
sir.
Okay. With regards to investing in a UBA or any other one thing you need to know is there is a cycle in the stock market. There are times the price is going up, and that is called the bullish time, the bullish period. And there are times the price is coming down, and that is the bear period. So everybody knows at some time in point, the price will go up, and at some time in point, the price will go down. Somebody, I think there's somebody whose phone is making noise, or there is a background noise somewhere. I think that's Gabriel. I don't know. Gabriel, could you please mute yourself?
That Gabriel is
Okay. All right. So as I was saying, the first thing for anybody is to buy quality stocks. If you do buy quality stocks, whether the price is going up or down, you shouldn't really worry. There is a post on my Telegram group. I put it there because somebody said something to me. He said, oh, the person sent me a message on WhatsApp and said, oh, the market is bleeding. Oh, all the prices are going down. What should he do? And I said, are you a trader or are you an investor? As an investor, you are in for the long time. And you know when the price comes down, it will go up again. So it is even an opportunity for you when the price comes down to buy more. And that's exactly what I've been doing. If you look on my Telegram platform again, I've shown there all the stocks I've bought recently. There are some stocks I bought, I think about when I bought MTN some time ago, about 800 naira. I even bought it about 830 naira. And then it started coming down gradually, and then it got to about 720. I bought more at that stage. The same thing for NIDF. NIDF, for a long time, I couldn't find anybody that would sell it for less than about 148 naira. But recently, it came down to about 142 naira, and I bought more. The same thing applies to Okomu. I bought Okomu maybe about 1,600, and then it came down gradually to maybe about 1,240. So the first thing, if it is a quality stock, whether the price goes up or down, it doesn't matter. If it comes down, it's even an opportunity for you buy more. It's not going to go down forever unless it's a bad stock. It's not going to go down forever. If it goes down, buy more. At some time in point, it will go up. I don't know. Does that answer your question, or is there anything I've left out?
no, it's okay. I'm okay, sir. Sir, but the thing is that if I may ask, assuming you have 5 million on your own perspective, what stock and stock can you buy now as it is?
Okay, I'm going to summarize it for you. I don't know whether you're a member of my Telegram
Okay.
group or not, but you might need to maybe look into my Telegram group for more detailed information, but I'm going to summarize it for you. Right.
Okay, thank you, sir.
If you let's use 1 million naira as an example, because that's a good figure. Let's use 1 million naira as an example. If you have 1 million naira
Okay.
and you want to buy stocks, like I said, the first thing you want to do is you buy good stocks. And with your 1 million naira as an investor, you don't want to put all your money into one stock. You don't want to put all your money, you don't want to put your eggs into one basket. So
Wow. Yeah.
what that means is, while it is good to invest in the stock market, you should diversify your stock portfolio across different sectors. You should have a little bit of money in agriculture sector, telecommunication, banking and finance. Which other one is there? But different sectors. That's one part of it. Now, the second part of it is your diversification to go beyond the stock market. The stock market, which is also called the capital market, is one class of assets. Another class of asset is the money market. So while you have some money in the stock market, you should also have part of your money in the money market. The money market consists of federal government savings bond, treasury bill, mutual fund, and so on. So money market is another class of assets. So I've mentioned two classes of assets now: capital market, money market. Again, all your money should not be invested in only capital market and stock market. You should diversify further, depending on your need. Part of your money should be in high savings, high interest savings account, the likes of PiggyVest. In PiggyVest, I think they have a savings account called Piggy Bank. And if you put your money into Piggy Bank, they give you 16% per annum. No bank in Nigeria will ever give you anything close to that. I don't know any bank in Nigeria that will give you, maybe most, they will give you 5% on your savings account. So if PiggyVest is going to give you 16% per annum, then part of your money should be in high interest savings account like PiggyVest, or there's another one called Ladder, or you might check out OPay if OPay do the same thing. Now, that's three classes of assets I've mentioned. So capital market, money market, high interest savings account. One other thing I will mention is don't put all your money into paper assets. At some stage, you need to diversify into physical assets. And physical assets will include buying land. Land do appreciate. You can't go wrong with buying land, provided you've done your due diligence, you've got all the right paperwork. Don't buy land where it will be taken back from you. Make sure you buy land from reputable developers or reputable organizations and get all the paperwork done correctly. Land always appreciates. And if you have enough money, you can develop it. And when you develop, most people think about rental accommodation alone, but you can build on your land. You can build maybe warehouse. You can build a warehouse. You can build a cold room. You can use your land for farming. You can build event center. There are different things you can build on your land and still make good money, apart from the money you are getting from the capital market and stock market. So, like I said, I've just briefed it for you here. If you look on the Telegram platform, there is much more detailed information. Does that answer your question? Hello?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else want to ask question? Please go ahead. Any other question? Feel free. This is your opportunity to ask questions and to be able to get answers live and direct. If you're asking questions on the social media platform, you might not be able to get answer immediately. And even if you are going to get answer on the social media platform, everyone will be telling you their opinion, not necessarily the correct answer. Now, it's up to you to decide whose opinion you want to follow. So this is your opportunity. Ask your question, please. Anybody else? Nobody else have any question? The purpose of this meeting is for people to ask questions. So does it mean nobody else have any question?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, thank you for explaining this like this. It's very in-depth, and I appreciate that. I've already catch a lot of information from here how to diversify and invest in various stocks and
sorry, hold on, please. Where is that background noise coming from? Please, Gabriel. Is it Gabriel? Gabriel,
Yes,
mute
sir.
yourself, please. Okay, go on with your question.
Okay.
Yeah, go on with your question. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear
Okay.
you.
Please,
I think
anyone who is not talking should mute themselves. This is for the benefit of everyone. Please be considerate. If you are not talking, mute yourself. If you need to talk, unmute yourself. This is an opportunity, and don't let us waste this opportunity or misuse it. It's a very, very rare and good opportunity. Make the best use of it, but don't distract anyone, and let's just enjoy it. Okay, thank you. Okay, go on. Ask your question, please.
Okay, I'm Gabriel, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, thank you for all your explanations and your knowledge about the stock market, like and everything that you've explained to us how to diversify investments, sir. So my question is like is about dividends. I
Okay.
got dividends for some companies, but the other ones I don't even know how to track, and I don't even know where they were. But I just heard that they declared dividend, but I've not received. And I submitted the same form, e-dividend mandate form online, which I got confirmations that it's confirmed and it's in process, it's confirmed. And so since then, I got dividend for like 2 or 3 companies that have shares, but other ones have not been able to
Okay. Okay.
receive dividend from them.
That's fine. Okay, thank you. Right. Okay. The first thing I will say to your question is that there are 3 major stakeholders in the stock market. Again, this explanation is fully done on the Telegram platform. There are 3 major stakeholders in the stock market. The first one is stockbroker. The stockbroker is your entry point to the stock market. So without you registering with a stockbroker, you cannot buy or sell your shares. Maybe in those days, some years ago, when things were done manually, you can call your stockbroker and ask him or her to help you buy stocks. And when you want to sell, again, you will call your stockbroker to help you sell. But things have moved on. This is the digital era. So the first thing you want to do is register with a stockbroker. And that's one of the major stakeholders in the stock market. The second major stakeholder in the stock market is the CSCS, clearing CSCS. Let me remember, what's the full meaning of a CSCS? Central Security Clearing System. You need to register with CSCS. Because if you don't register with CSCS, if for any reason your stockbroker goes out of business, you will have problem tracking your stocks. You will have problem tracking your stocks. And your stockbroker can go out of business because stockbrokers, they are all private organizations. It's only the CSCS that is a government organization. So when you buy stocks, your stocks are kept in 3 places. But the safest place where your stocks are kept is the CSCS. So when you buy stocks, you can easily see it on your stockbroker website. Your stocks is there. The same stock will be kept on the record of the CSCS, and that is the safest place. If anything happens, as long as your stocks are there, you can easily recover it. The third place where your stock is kept is with the registrar. And the registrar is the third major stakeholder in the stock market. So in the stock market, we have stockbroker, we have a CSCS, and we have we have a registrar. Now, for your stocks to be kept with the registrar, there are two ways it happens. When you buy stock, it's with your stockbroker, it's with a CSCS. You need to also register with the registrar for your stocks. You need to register with the registrar for your stocks. So if you have 10 stocks, you have to register with all the registrars for your stocks. It is possible that one registrar might maybe manage 2 or 3 or even 4 of your stocks. So that means you have one registrar to one stock. And sometimes it might happen that you will have one register to just one stock. Now, if you register with the registrar, they have what is called shareholder portal, which means you can see your shares on the shareholder portal of the registrar. Sometimes, even before the dividend is paid, maybe about 24 hours before the dividend is paid, you can see that dividend that will be paid to you on the shareholder portal of the registrar. If for any reason your dividend is not paid to you, the person you need to contact is the registrar. If you call the stock company, they will tell you there's nothing they can do, because once they declare the dividend, all that dividend money is moved to the registrar. So if there is any problem with your dividend, the person you have to contact is the registrar. But you have to make sure that you have already filled the e-dividend mandate long before your dividend will be paid. Because if your dividend is going to be paid tomorrow and you now say you filled the e-dividend mandate yesterday, that e-dividend mandate may not have gone up, may not have gone through successfully before the date for the dividend to be paid. And if that is the case, that means your money will be sitting down there with the registrar. It's not that your money is gone or is lost or missing. That money will be sitting down there with the registrar. Once you have successfully completed your e-dividend mandate, then send an email to the registrar. Okay, I have completed this e-dividend mandate, and I noticed that my dividend was not paid. Could you please look into it? The registrar will look into it, and they will release your money to you. And if you have already submitted your e-dividend mandate long time ago, everything has been going smoothly, and you have received dividend from the same stock many, many times, and on one occasion, you did not receive your dividend, you still have to send message to your registrar. What happened? Maybe it was an oversight on the part of the registrar. Maybe there is a computer glitch. Maybe the problem is with your bank. The registrar will tell you what the problem is. So if you did not receive your dividend, talk to your registrar. And one last thing, you should write down the names of all your registrars. You should have like a jotter or a notebook or a notepad. All your stocks, list them out. In front of the name of the stock, write the name of the registrar, the phone number of the registrar, the email address of the registrar, the website of the registrar, and the physical office of the registrar. Put everything in front of the name of that stock, so that if you need to contact the registrar, you have that information. Again, CSCS, you should have somewhere that you maybe you will bookmark or you will put into your favorite folder. If you need to contact CSCS, you shouldn't be going into Google to look for the website of a CSCS. You should have that link to CSCS website. You should have it somewhere in your folder, kept there, so that anytime you need to speak to CSCS, you already have that information. And you should do the same thing for your stockbroker of stockbrokers. If you do have more than one, their name, their email address, their phone number, their website, everything, you should have it ready somewhere, a folder where you keep all those information. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay.
I'm grateful. Thank you, sir. I
Okay.
really appreciate your answer. Thank you.
Okay. Okafor is raising up his hand. Okay, Okafor, go ahead with your question,
Yes.
please.
Thank you very much, sir. Good evening.
Okay, good evening.
Please,
Try to put the hand down so that we don't confuse it. Once you are okay, so go ahead. Go ahead, Okafor.
I got some units of NIDF recently.
Yes.
I have tried to fill the e-mandate form, but it keeps coming back with the notice that they don't have me on their records. I don't know what the problem might be.
Who doesn't have you on their record?
That's the email I get back after I
From
fill it.
who? From who?
Coronation, if I'm not mistaken.
Coronation Registrar.
Yes.
So that means you have not registered with Coronation Registrar.
I have actually.
Okay, so if you have already registered with them, do you have a username and password? Can you log in?
Yes, I can actually view my other shares with them, but not this particular one.
Okay, if that is the case, then you need to send them an email and say, I have registered with you. I have a username. I have a password. These are the other stocks I have which you are managing. So what happens to my NIDF? One thing I know from experience is that when I initially bought NIDF and registered with the registrar, they did say something like NIDF is not. I'm trying to remember the word they used. I might not be able to tell you the exact word, but they said something like NIDF is not a typical or proper stock. It's not a typical or proper stock, but you will still get your dividend. That one is certain. You will get your dividend. But you need to send an email to the registrar. Why? Sorry, you said they told you you are not registered.
Yes, that they don't have me on their register.
Okay. So the best thing to do is you send them an email. When you send them that email, include the email address that you used to register on their shareholder portal. Include that email address. Tell them your username. Don't include your password. Just tell them your username and then mention one or two other stocks you have with them and then wait for them to respond to you. I'm sure they will respond. Maybe 2 or 3 or 4 days, they will respond. But you need to show them some proof that you are registered with them. That shouldn't really be, but sometimes we know that glitches happen, mistakes do happen. It could be maybe when they responded to you, it could be maybe one of their advisor who does not have the experience and has not been able to check properly that you are registered. So sometimes these things happen. I mean, I've had different encounters with some registrars and, the things they've taken me through, but I've had to be patient with them and prove my case. At the end of the day, everything went fine.
Thank you, sir.
Does that answer your question?
Very well, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Any other person, please? Any other person with question? Ask your question, please. That's why we are here today. I didn't prepare anything to tell you. I just want you to ask your questions and then we can provide answers for you. People do ask questions randomly on the social media platforms, and if you're asking questions randomly, you get answers randomly. How do you know which one is correct? Okay, Iyobosa. Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. Can you hear me, Olayele?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. My question is relatively not centered on the topic of discussion today, but it's more or less an inquiry that borders on the the long time it takes a registrar or CS and CSCS to credit investors' accounts with declared bonus. For example, Vitaphone declared bonus at the early part of the year. They paid dividend and I think 1 for 5 or 1 for 7. Equally, NACO declared. They have paid their dividend respectively, but for Vitaphone, it's taking forever. Why does it take half a year before bonuses declared are credited to the accounts of respective investors? Why does it take forever? That is my concern.
Okay, so you are talking with bonus shares, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Ideally, if they declare bonus shares, bonus issue, it shouldn't really take too long. But as we all know, different different companies work in different ways. Some companies, they are very efficient, they do everything quickly, and they get it done. They are very much concerned about their customers, their clients. They want to treat everybody in a professional way. But some companies, they will take their time. But if a bonus share has been declared, I don't think in a worst case scenario, maybe 2 months, it should be credited to your account. But let's say in a worst case scenario, 3 months. Some companies might do it faster. Some companies might be a bit slow. But if after 3 months, it has not been credited to your account, then you need to contact the registrar. Again, it goes back to the registrar. You know, when it comes to things like your rights issue, your bonus issue, things to do with crediting your stocks or paying your dividend, it is the registrar that deals with it. So if after 3 months, and that's quite long enough, plenty of time, if after 3 months it has not been credited to your account, send email to your registrar and give them the necessary information, because some people, they will send a message to the registrar and they don't give enough information. If it is a bonus issue, that means you already have that stock already. And that stock should already be existing with your registrar. Yes. Because it's a bonus. You are not buying it afresh. So it means you already have that share already. And if you already have it and the bonus is declared, and 3 months after you have not received your bonus issue, send a message to the registrar. Yes, to the registrar. Do a screenshot of what you already have, which already appears in the shareholder portal of the registrar. So it means you are showing them information you already have on their portal. Then they can probably look inwards. What happens? Have they committed an omission or an error or something? Why have you not been credited? So the first thing is, make sure you have been registered with that registrar. Make sure the shares you have prior to the bonus issue being declared, the shares, your original shares, are showing on the shareholder portal of the registrar. And if your bonus issue is not showing, then you have a case and just bring the registrar down the memory lane. I registered with you maybe 2 years ago. I already have these shares on your portal. I have received dividend on this share. Bonus issue was declared on so date. And from what I had, everybody else has been credited with the bonus issue. What happens to mine? So you need to contact the registrar.
Okay.
I hope you understand that.
Yes, very clear, very clear.
Okay, thank you.
So, but to add to that, was it possible for, because you did mention that some companies efficiently perform earlier better than some others.
Yes.
Is it not something for control, SEC? No, is it SEC that SEC or CSCS coming up with a policy that once a bonus is issued, it must be executed within time frame. At
Right.
least
Okay.
everybody together to be on that pace. Yeah.
I understand what you are saying, and let me tell you my own experience. Of course, there will be policies as to how long it should take these registrars or stockbroker to do whatever they need to do. But some of them, they don't live up to the requirements of the policy. Now, I'll give you an example. I bought Seplat stocks, and Datamax is the registrar. So I've done the e-dividend mandates. I've done everything that is necessary to be done. And I'm just waiting for Datamax to update my record on their shareholder portal. I've been with them. I have other stocks which already appears on Datamax shareholder portal. I have Gitco, which already appears with a Datamax. I have an NGX group, which already appears. Now I bought Seplat, and it is this same Datamax that is the registrar. And Datamax said that I should submit some documents to them. No, they said I should fill a form. And they sent the form to me by email. They said I should fill the form and attach some documents and send it to them. And I did that. And then I was waiting. It took them almost about 3 weeks before they respond to me. That's already bad enough. After 3 weeks, I can't remember what excuse or what they said. Or I sent the information the second time. I waited another 1 or 2 weeks. In between, I sent them some other messages. I was trying to contact anybody I could find in that organization. Nothing happened. The whole thing dragged on for 3 months. After 3 months, they have still not updated Seplat into their shareholder record for me. 3 months. So after 3 months, I said, I've had enough. I wrote a letter to Security Exchange Commission. And that letter, let me tell you one thing. When I was going to write that letter, I went into ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT or any other AI tool because a lot of people, they are underutilizing AI tools. AI tools are not like Google. So I went into ChatGPT and I explained the situation to ChatGPT. ChatGPT said, this company, they have failed in their duty. So ChatGPT helped me to draft a professional letter. It puts in all the keywords that should be there as if it was written by a lawyer. And I attached necessary document to it. I sent it to Security Exchange Commission and I copied Datamax and I also copied Seplat because Seplat is the owner of the stock. Now, this issue, like I mentioned earlier on, has dragged on for 3 months. The moment I sent that letter to Security Exchange Commission and I copied Datamax, in less than 12 hours, Datamax did what they couldn't do in 3 months. They resolved the whole problem. They sent me an apology letter, and the problem was resolved within 12 hours. But let me say something. Before you send letter to Security Exchange Commission, make sure you have proof that you have spoken or you have sent email to the registrar. There should be a trail of communication between you and the registrar, which shows the registrar as they have failed you. They haven't done their job properly. If you send them a letter, maybe on one occasion, and you wait for 1 week, you cannot really use that with a Security Exchange Commission. They will tell you, look, if you send them one letter, why don't you send a second letter and a third letter? Then we will know that they have actually failed you. If after 3 letters, if after 1 month or 2 months, then Security Exchange Commission will take up your case. But most companies, if you send them a letter and you send to Security Exchange Commission and they know you've done that, I can assure you very, very quickly they will resolve the problem. So that answers your question, I hope.
Okay. Yes, I think.
Okay.
I'm okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Aliyu, you can go ahead with your question, please. Aliyu, go ahead with your question.
Hello, good afternoon.
Okay, good evening.
Sorry. I'm sorry for coming late.
No problem.
I couldn't join the meeting. Since the time you opened the meeting. I just let me go ahead. My question is that I couldn't understand this a P&E ratio, which is the percentage is different from one stock to another. You know, for example, for I think for ICO shares, the P&E ratio is 6.3, right? While in the Access Bank, Access Corporation is, I think, between 2 or 3%. So I couldn't understand what does it mean. I'm sorry.
Right. Okay. I think you are talking about the standard metrics for the stocks. When you want to buy a stock, there are different standard metrics that you can apply. Basically, there is a fundamental analysis which you can do, and there is a technical analysis which you can do. And if we are looking at these standard metrics, okay, we have a PE ratio, we have a payout ratio, we have a dividend yield, the price of the stock, the return on investment. So there are so many things you need to put into consideration when you are buying stocks. It's not just one item. You cannot just focus specifically on the PE ratio. Even if a company have the best PE ratio, it doesn't mean that stock is the best for you. The stock might have a good PE ratio, but maybe the dividend yield is very poor. Or maybe...
So excuse me, sir. How to know the best PE ratio here? That is the problem. How to know the best? Is it in the numbers or in something else?
Right. Okay. What I will say to you, because if we have to go into the details of what you are asking, it's going to take a long, long time. So what I can say to you is, for you to know the best PE ratio, I think if you put into ChatGPT, ChatGPT, give me an explanation of what is meant by PE ratio. How do I decide which PE ratio is the best? ChatGPT will explain all those things for you, and it will even give you examples of stocks whose PE ratio is actually good. But like I said earlier on, you cannot use one metric to decide whether you should buy a stock or not. Even if you discover that a particular stock have the best PE ratio, because it has the best PE ratio doesn't mean it's a good stock. You have to balance it with other metrics. Does it pay dividend regularly? Does it have a potential for capital appreciation? How much debt does this company have? Are they paying dividend out of the profit they made, or are they paying dividend out of the debts they have accumulated? So there are so many things to consider. Don't focus on PE ratio alone. You need to study at least about 4 or 5 different standard metrics. You can write that word down. Standard metrics. There are probably about 10 or even more than that metrics that you need to consider before you buy a stock. If a stock passes one metric, you cannot rely on that one metric to say that I'm going to buy it. How about other metrics? Is it passing in the other metric? So my advice to you is to learn about standard metrics. Standard metrics will include PE ratio. It will include earnings per share, payout ratio, dividend yield, dividend per share, return on investments. There are a couple of things in there. So the best thing, put that information into ChatGPT. ChatGPT, tell me the major standard metrics that I should take into consideration when I buy shares. Like I said, there are more than 10 standard metrics, but ChatGPT might narrow it down for you to about the 3 or 4 major ones that you should put into consideration. For me, I know there are more than 10 different metrics that should be used, but there are 3 that I use mostly. If a company does not pass my test on those 3, I won't even bother looking into any other metrics and decide to buy them. So for me, before I buy any share, the first thing I want to know is, does it have potential for capital growth? That means if I buy this stock today, how much is it going to be worth tomorrow, next year, and the year after? If it does not have potential for capital growth, then it's not really worth my time. Secondly, I want to know, this year I am putting my money into, does it pay dividend? If it doesn't pay dividend, then why am I investing? Why am I putting my money there? But even if it pays dividend, does it pay reasonable dividend? I'm not one of those people that will buy stocks that pay 30 kobo per share as dividend, or 70 kobo per share, or 13
or
kobo.
even 0.0 or 0.01, for example.
Exactly. Any stock that is paying dividend in kobo is not for me. I don't know about any other person, but any stock that is paying dividend in kobo, even if they have the best PE ratio, even if they have the best earning per share, even if their profit is 200 trillion, is not of any good to me if they are paying in kobo. So for me, the 3 major standard metrics that I use before I even go into any other metrics, the 3 major standard metrics that I use: number 1, does it have potential for capital growth? If I buy it 100 naira now, how much is it going to be worth 2 years from now, 3 years from now? How much was it 5 years ago? So that if 5 years ago, it has grown from about 50 naira per share to about 70 or 80 naira, or maybe to 100 naira, and I am now buying it at 100 naira, then that gives me an assurance that over the next 5 years, something that I bought 100 naira now, maybe what? Maybe 150, maybe 170 naira or so. So that's number one, capital growth. Number two, dividend income. Does it have a track record for having paid dividend over the last 10 years? Minimum 10 years. Sometimes I go as far as 15 years. And there is a way you can check these things, whether a stock has paid dividend consistently for 10 years or more, for 15 years, for 20 years. The likes of Jitco, they have paid dividend consistently for more than 20 years. What's it called? Dangote Cement, they've paid dividend consistently. So if you have never heard of this website called Stock Analysis, you need to write that name down. Go into Stocks Analysis. It tells you all this information. These things I'm explaining about standard metrics, which one has a good return on investment, whether they have paid dividend consistently for 10 years or more. All that information is inside Stock Analysis. And whether a company is paying 13 kobo per share or it is paying 20 naira per share as dividend, you can see everything inside Stock Analysis. But if you want further explanation on it, I'm sorry to be referring to my Telegram platform. Those who are members of that platform, they know all these things have been explained extensively on that Telegram platform. Okay, so I guess that should answer your question. Maybe we should move on. Anybody else, please?
Sorry, sir, you just mentioned two of those things that you are considering.
Sorry, who is having that distraction, please? There is a background noise somewhere. Somebody is putting on radio or TV. Okay, go ahead with your question, please.
I say you mentioned the potential for capital and dividend. So what was the third one, please?
The first one is potential for capital growth.
Potential for capital growth.
That's number one. Then number two, dividend history. Has it paid dividend consistently for 10 years or more? That's number two. And then number three, does it pay good dividend? At least 2 naira and above. But in a worst case scenario, minimum 1 naira as dividend per share. That would be the minimum. But any stock paying 70 kobo, 20 kobo, 3 kobo, in fact, anything in kobo, I don't go there. It's not for me. Okay. I hope that answers your question. So anybody else, please? Anybody else, please? Any other question? Any other question? Ask your question, please. Questions. Is the opportunity. If you don't have any question, then we can just end it. There is nothing else to talk about. If you have questions, any question that has been bothering you, ask your question now, and then you can get the right answer. Nobody has questions.
Excuse me, sir. As far as no one is asking, let me ask another question.
Okay.
My question is about the volume and value. Sometimes I can see that some stocks are good in value, or they have a movement in value. Some of them are in volume. In volume. Well, what is the exact difference between these two?
Right. Okay. Volume and value. Okay. I will still bring you to the standard metrics. You see, sometimes people get too technical. Things like a volume, things like a value, don't get too technical. It's okay if you know the value of the stock, or if you know the volume movement. Volume is more about How much are people buying this? Are they buying regularly? If I buy it, can I sell it easily? Are people constantly buying it? And then when you are looking at the value, okay, how much was it a couple of years ago? How much is it now? Has it gone up in price? How is it performing? So don't get too technical. There are so many technical terms in the stock market. Don't focus or narrow yourself to just one thing. The most important thing to you as an investor, number one, capital preservation. Before you even think of the standard metrics, the first thing you should think about is capital preservation. What does capital preservation mean? It means if I invest my money with this company, is my money safe? If in a worst case scenario, I put 1 million naira or 100,000 naira or 10,000 naira, if I put my money into this stock, if it does not yield returns for me, if it does not give me dividend, can I get back what I put into it? That's the first thing. No compromise. If you know that, yes, this stock has been around for 10 years, 15 years, and they've been, efficient, they've been running properly, okay, good. Now, does it have potential for capital growth? Because if it doesn't have potential for capital growth, that means your 100,000 naira you put in today will still be 100,000 naira 2 years or 3 years. That's not good enough. You want to check whether it has a good capital growth. And then you want to check, does it pay dividend? I mean, if you are into any business, you go to shop every day, you come back at the end of the month. If that business is not yielding profit for you, why are you going to that shop every day? Why are you doing that business if it doesn't give you any profit? So you definitely need a stock that pays you dividend, and not just paying you any dividend. It must pay you a dividend that is reasonable. You don't want any stock paying you 20 kobo per share, 50 kobo per share. But let me just chip in something as well that can help you. And I may not be able to give you the detailed information here because the full information is already on my Telegram platform. When you are buying stocks, one, there are a couple of things you need to think about. Don't just buy any stock. There are some stocks that pay dividend 3 times in a year. There are some stocks that pay dividend 4 times in a year. But the average investor, all they know is if I buy this stock, at the end of the year, they will pay me dividend. Because that's why they are called average investor or beginner investor. Experienced investor knows that there are stocks that pay dividend 3 times in a year. There are stocks that pay dividend 4 times in a year. And they pay good dividend.
So have you mentioned those stocks in your Telegram?
It is on my Telegram, but I will give you examples here. So, okay, let's start with the basic ones. Dangote Cement, they pay dividend once in a year. And there's nothing wrong. They pay good dividend and they pay it once in a year. Jitco, Zenith, Stanbic, they pay dividend twice in a year. Jitco pays dividend twice in a year. Stanbic pays twice in a year. Zenith pays twice in a year. And some other stocks, they pay twice in a year. Okomu Oil, they are into agriculture. They pay dividend 3 times in a year. Okomu pays dividend 3 times in a year. NIDF, they pay dividend 4 times in a year. And they've done it consistently for many years. And I'm not talking of 50 kobo per unit. They pay you good dividend. They pay you 4 times in a year, NIDF. Seplat Energy, they pay dividend 4 times in a year. So you have to be strategic. Don't just buy any stock because people are hyping it, because people are, oh, it's been around for 20 years. You have to do your due diligence. There are stocks that pay 4 times in a year. That is where you should be putting your money. That's number one. Another thing, there are some stocks, Nigerian stocks, that have dollar income in their products. They are operating in Nigeria, but they are earning money in dollars, in pounds, and whatever other currency. I'm not talking about US stock. I'm talking about Nigerian stocks on the
Nigerian stock.
Nigerian exchange. They are earning income in dollars. What does that tell you? It simply means if a stock is earning income in dollars, it means there is almost 100% guarantee they will pay you dividend. It has nothing to do with, oh, there is a riot in Nigeria. There is no petrol, so people cannot go to work. So business is in a standstill. It doesn't matter. These companies, they are also earning money from outside Nigeria. So that means at the end of the year, they won't come to you and give you an excuse. Oh, we haven't made enough money, so we cannot pay you. If a company is also making money in dollars, then it's almost guaranteed they will pay you dividend every year. They will pay good dividend. They are not going to pay you 70 kobo. So companies that have a dollar income, the likes of Seplat Energy, they earn money in dollars. The likes of Gitco. Gitco is listed on the London Stock Exchange as well as on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Seplat is listed on the London Stock Exchange. And Dangote Cement sell their product beyond Nigeria. They service some other African countries. And when you go outside Nigeria and you are selling your products, you get your money in dollars. Because, for example, if Dangote Cement, if they are selling cement to people in Ghana, do you think they will collect Ghana cedis? No.
Ghana cedis, no.
International transactions are done with dollars. International transactions are done with dollars. So you can look for more information on my Telegram group. Alternatively, you can ask ChatGPT to tell you more about these things I'm saying. Or maybe if you go to any other platform, you can ask them the same question. Which stock earns money in dollars? Which stock is paying dividend 3 times in a year, 4 times in a year? These are the things you need to focus on. You need to strategize. So don't just buy a stock for the sake of buying, or because FCMB is a bank, they make money, they will pay. No, don't just buy. Okay. This also brings me to one other thing. When you are buying stocks, I always tell people on my Telegram platform, when you are buying stocks, look for the best stock in that sector. I hope you understand. When you don't you see, okay, I will give you probably a bit more detailed information about this thing.
Very good, yeah.
Okay.
We need more
right.
information, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
When you are buying stocks, look for the best stock in that sector. So, for example, when we talk about the banking sector in Nigeria, can you tell me which stock is the best in the banking sector in Nigeria? Anybody can tell me the answer. Anybody who knows it. As far
Basically,
as
yeah,
Nigeria is concerned,
basically it is
Zenith.
like Zenith Bank and GT. Those
good,
two.
good,
Gisco,
good.
Gisco, Gisco, Gisco,
Gitco
Gisco.
is number one. As
Yes,
far as
Gisco.
the banking sector in Nigeria is concerned, Gitco is number one. Zenith is number two.
Two.
Zenith is number two. So
The other 10.
if you are going to put, let's assume you want to invest 1 million naira and you decide that 500,000 naira will go into the capital market and the other 500,000 naira will go into money market. So you have 500,000 naira you want to invest in capital market. You want to use 500,000 naira to buy stocks. If that is the case, and we have already said you should buy the best stock in every sector, which means if you already buy Gitco, you don't need to buy any other one because you have a limited fund, 500,000. You've bought Gitco, which is the best in the banking sector. There is no need for you to be thinking of Stanbic, UBA, WEMA, FCMB. You don't need all those. You want the very best. Go for Gitco. If you have a little bit more money and you want to buy a second stock in the same banking sector, you should go for Zenith. Once you already have Gitco and Zenith, there is
Yes.
absolutely no reason why you should buy any more stock in the banking sector. Go into other sectors. If we are talking of an agriculture sector, tell me the best stock in the agriculture sector. Anybody?
Okomu.
Okomu.
Okomu is cheaper than Presco.
No, wait. We are not talking about which is cheaper or not. Which one is the best?
Okomu.
And which one? And which one?
Presco, followed by Presco.
Exactly. So if we are talking of agriculture sector in Nigeria, it's either you buy Okomu or Presco. Anything else beyond that, you are just gambling or wasting your time. I'm not saying the other ones are not good, but
like Elan.
Ella
And
Lake.
how do you see Zichi?
Yeah,
Zichi that
okay.
by
What I'm saying to you is there are always two stocks that are best in every sector. It's either you buy number one or you buy number two. Once you have bought number one or number two, or maybe you have even bought number one and two, there is no point looking at anything else unless you are a beginner investor. You won't see experienced investors buying 4 stocks in banking sector. You won't see experienced investors buying 4 stocks or 3 stocks in the agriculture sector. You are just going to be carrying unnecessary baggage. When we talk about the telecommunication sector, tell me which ones are the best in the telecommunication? Anybody?
MTN.
Yes.
MTN, yeah.
Exactly. MTN and Airtel. It's either MTN or Airtel. You can, how do I say it? You can be a little bit biased and say, no, I like Airtel, and that's where I'm putting my money. That's okay. Or you can decide, no, I'm going to buy MTN. It's okay. But anything beyond MTN and Airtel, don't waste your money. Nothing else in telecommunication. There may be other stocks in the telecommunication sector, but can they give you the kind of returns you will get from MTN or Airtel? No. And this is where beginner investors, this is where they make mistake. there are people, beginner investors. You have 500,000 naira. You want to invest. You want to use 500,000 naira to buy stocks. And you decide, oh, the more stocks I have, the better. And then with your 500,000 naira, you now buy 12 different stocks. That shows inexperience. You shouldn't have 12 stocks. I've already explained this to members of my platform. If your capital is less than 1 million naira, you shouldn't have more than 5 stocks. Let me say that again. You have 1 million naira and you want to use the whole of that 1 million naira to buy stocks. You shouldn't buy more than 5 stocks. If your capital is between 1 million and 10 million, you don't need more than 10 stocks, maximum 10 stocks. If your capital is over 10 million naira, maybe 10 million naira to maybe about 20 million naira, maximum number of stocks you need will be 15. If you have more than 20 million naira and you want to use everything to buy stocks, you shouldn't have more than 20 stocks. Now, let me break it down for you. Let's assume you have 1 million naira, or your stock portfolio value is 1 million naira, and you have maybe 8 or 10 stocks, and your stock portfolio value is 1 million naira. There is a very high tendency that a lot of the stocks you will have in your portfolio, they are probably going to be paying you 30 kobo per share. Because people think having more stocks is good for them. Oh, I have 10 stocks in my portfolio. I have 15 stocks in my portfolio. It's not about how many stocks you have. It's about what are you getting back from these stocks. Somebody might have maybe just 5 stocks in their portfolio, value 1 million naira, but they only have 5 stocks. You might have the same 1 million naira portfolio value and you have 12 stocks. At the end of the year, compare the amount of dividend each of them gets. You will be very, very surprised that the person with 5 stocks in their portfolio, value 1 million naira, will get more dividend than the other person that has a stock portfolio of 1 million naira, but they have 12 different stocks. Why is that the case? It's very simple. Because the person with a portfolio value of 1 million naira and 5 stocks, they would have bought maybe Jitco, Dangote Cement, MTN, Seplat, and maybe Okomu. They have only bought the very best in each of the sector. But the person that have 12 stocks with 1 million, they probably would have bought Jitco, Stanbic, FCMB, and Wema. That's 4. Then they will go on and buy Dangote Cement, Boa Cement. Now they have 6. Then they will go on and buy which other one? They will buy a company called TIP. I don't even know the full meaning of TIP. TIP, Ella Lake. They will buy all kind of stocks. But when you look at how much these stocks are paying them, then you begin to see some stocks paying them maybe 13 kobo, 70 kobo, 15 kobo. So you cannot make more money than somebody who have only 5 quality stocks. Because you have 12 stocks in your portfolio, it doesn't mean you will make more money than somebody who have 5 stocks. It's about the quality of the stocks you buy. If you have already bought the best stocks, then don't buy any more in that sector. For me to round up this section of this meeting, I bought Gitco, and after I bought Gitco, I bought Stanbic. Now, at that time, when I bought Stanbic, I didn't realize that Zenith is number 2. I bought Stanbic. Stanbic, in its own way, is good. Stanbic is also good. There's not. Look, let me say something. Because a stock is number 1 and another stock is number 2, it doesn't mean the rest of them are not good. They are good, but they are not as good as number 1 and 2, but they are good. So, and my own principle is I don't want to buy more than 2 stocks in any sector. So when I bought Gitco and I bought Stanbic, later on, when I realized that Zenith is number 2, I don't want to go against my principle. I've already got 2 stocks in the banking sector. I'm not going to buy any more. I'm just going to diversify my portfolio and look for other good stocks in other sectors. If one day I decide that I really want to get Zenith, then I will have to sell my Stanbic. It's a matter of principle. There is no sentiment in business, no sentiment in investment. You have to follow principle. Principle. You have to follow principle. Don't say that, oh, you've got a Gitco and you've got Stanbic, but somebody now tells you Zenith is the second best. So you now decide to go and get Zenith. Now you already have 3 stocks in banking alone. And then maybe at a later time, somebody now tells you, oh, GSWYM Bank has been in Nigeria even before I was born. It's a good company. If they have lived for that long, then you should buy it. Now, you now add GSWYM Bank. And in banking alone, you've already got 4 stocks. You are just, I don't know how to say it. It's not the way to go. You must have principle, and you have to go with your principle. And once you've made up your mind about the principle you want to follow, don't let anybody else tell you what to do. Build your own principle, follow it. I am not the best person when it comes to stock investing. I know there are people that are more experienced than me, but the things I have learned and I have set my standard, it doesn't matter how experienced you are. You cannot make me to deviate from the standard that I have set for myself, especially when I can see that the standard I have set for myself is working well for me. Then you cannot, brainwash me or make me to deviate. There are some coaches in stock investing that will encourage you to buy penny stocks. I don't have anything against them, but for me as a person, I don't buy penny stock. I don't believe in it because majority of the penny stocks, they don't pay good dividend. Now, people are saying, yeah, they don't pay good dividend, but I can buy maybe with 100,000 naira, I can even have 200,000 units. Why do you want to have 200,000 units of one stock? Oh, okay. Maybe it's a penny stock, but it has potential for capital growth. The price will go up, 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 up. Okay, that's one side of the story. It has potential for the capital to grow up. But don't forget, this capital growing up is not of any benefit to you until you sell that stock and cash out and enjoy that money. But as an investor, you don't want to cash out. You want your stock to continue to grow in value. What you want to enjoy is the dividend. You want a stock that pays you dividend every year or every 6 months or every quarter. You don't want to rely on, oh, if they don't pay me dividend, it's okay, but the capital is growing, and after 3 years, it may have grown 1,000%, and then I can cash out. You are simply a trader. You are not an investor. You are a trader. You are a speculator. And there is nothing wrong being a trader. There is nothing wrong. You have to make your own decision which way you want to be. Whether you want to be a trader or you want to be an investor is your choice. There is nothing wrong. But for me, I'm an investor. I'm in it for the long time. I'm in it for the long time. So because I'm in it for the long time, I choose my stocks very carefully. And once I buy them, I want to keep them for life. But they must pay me dividend, good dividend every year. I bought my GSWYM stock 2 years ago. The dividend they have paid me within 2 years, they've paid me nearly half of the money that I used to buy those stocks. Okay, let me give you a figure because I know I don't want to make it abstract to you. So I spent about 2.2 million naira to buy GSWYM. I bought 50,000 units of GSWYM, and it cost me about 2.2 million. And I bought it in 2024. So they paid me dividend in 2025, and they paid me dividend in 2026 for the previous financial year end. I hope you understand. So for 2024 financial year end, they pay dividend. For 2025 financial year end, they pay dividend. The dividend they paid me in 2024 financial year end and 2025 financial year end, when I add the two together, is a little over 800,000. And I invested 2.2 million in GSWYM alone. So which means within another 2 or 3 years, I would have got back all the money I used to buy GSWYM. And that's good for me as an investor. Instead of me saying, I will buy stocks that will be growing in value, maybe after about 5 years or 7 years, I will then cash out. No, that's a wrong strategy. Maybe it's not a wrong strategy, but that's not a strategy that is good for me. The strategy that is good for me is let me invest in good stocks and they pay me good dividend. And when they pay the dividend, it's up to me what I do with it. I can use that dividend to buy more of the same stocks, or I can use it to buy other good stocks, or I might even use it to enjoy my life, spend it on my family. So it's a matter of choice. Okay, anyway, I hope I've not digressed too much. Anybody ask me question? I've taken you.
Very good, Hello, sir.
Very
Okay,
good.
go on.
Yeah, you are listing the best stocks in each of the industries. So we are at
Yes.
telecom now. Which other ones? Which other?
Okay. Let's
So I
start
can
afresh.
conclude that one.
Let's start afresh. In banking, it is GSWYM and Zenith. That doesn't mean the other stocks are not good. But if you are number one, you are number one. If you are number two, you are number two. If you are number three, you cannot pay more dividend than number two. Because if you are paying more dividend, you would have been number two. So what I'm saying to you is, if you know the stock that is number one and number two, those are the only ones you should go for. Don't go for number three or number four or number five. But if by chance you have mistakenly bought a stock that is number four in the industry, and you later find out there's another stock that is better than the one you bought, there are two options. It's either you stick to the one you've already bought if it is good enough for you, or you sell it and buy a better stock in the same sector. And that's why I gave you the example of I bought GSWYM I bought Stanbic. When I realized Zenith is number 2, I decide I'm going to keep Stanbic for my own reason, for my own personal reason. And Stanbic is doing very well. So I decide I'm going to keep Stanbic. So I'm not going to buy Zenith, even though I know Zenith is number 2. But if I decide in future, I desperately want to buy Zenith, I will sell Stanbic. Okay, so for banking, Gitco and Zenith. For agriculture, it is Okomu and Presco. For telecommunication, it is MTN and Airtel. For oil and gas, it is Seplat.
Sorry, sir. Excuse me. For agriculture, the second one is what?
Okomu and Presco.
Okomu and what?
Presco.
Presco, thank you.
Presco. Okomu and Presco. For oil and gas, it is Seplat and Aradel. For REITs, there is how do you say it? There is a branch of the stocks that is called REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust. In that group, in that sector, SFS REITs is the best. It's called REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. So when you want to buy anyone in the REIT sector, is SFS REIT. I think there's another one called UPDC, and there are a couple of other ones. But the best in that sector is SFS REIT. And that's the one I bought. The other ones are good, but they are not as good as REIT. Which other sector? There is a finance, the finance sector. So in the finance sector, you have a NGX Group, you have a NIDF, and some other ones. But in that finance sector, I bought NGX Group and I bought a NIDF. And as far as finance is concerned, I'm sticking to those two. NGX Group, they pay twice in a year. NIDF, they pay 4 times in a year. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't know which other one that is better than those two. There may be, but I don't know yet. If I find any other stock in the finance sector, mind you, finance sector is different from banking. It's different. They are 2 different things. So in the finance sector, if I find any other stock that is better than the NGS Group and the NIDF, then maybe I will have to sell one of those 2 and buy a new one. If not, I will just stick to the ones I have. In fact, I don't think there's anything that will happen that will make me to sell an NIDF. I would rather keep buying more, because if a stock is paying me 4 times in a year, it doesn't get better than that. 4 times in a year. And you know the good thing about NIDF, amongst all my stocks, NIDF has the highest dividend yield. So check your stocks. I don't know how well you are familiar with your own stocks. Which stock is paying you the highest dividend yield? Do you even understand what dividend yield means? That's another thing. Because I told people there is a language in the investment sector. Many people, they don't understand the language. Ask them simple thing about stock investing. Use 1 or 2 terminologies they don't understand. But anyway, we are not going into that right now. We're not going into that terminology. You can use ChatGPT to always generate one investment term for you every day. You can do what is
insurance sector, sir?
Say that again.
What about insurance sector? What are the best two?
Insurance sector. Okay, let
Is it
me
name?
tell you. Insurance sector, for me, I have not been able to see any stock in the insurance sector that meets my standard. Let me explain this. I'm not saying insurance sector is not good. I'm not saying they are not good, but I have not been able to see any one of them that meets my own standard. And I go by my own standard, not what people are pushing me to do or what people are speculating. So in the insurance sector, if you want to invest in the insurance sector, you have to decide, you have to do your own due diligence and decide which stock is the very best that will give you combination of good capital returns and dividend income, and which stock in the insurance sector pays you dividend per share of maybe 2 naira per share dividend, 3 naira, 4 naira, 5 naira. I don't know. I'm not saying there is none, but the insurance sector has not been a lucrative sector in terms, in my own view. But
You are
maybe
very
I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
correct.
I may be wrong. But
You are
if
correct.
okay, let's put it this way. Amongst all the people that are in this meeting, does anyone have a stock in the insurance sector? Can you tell us which one is number one in the insurance sector and which one is number two in the insurance sector? For the benefit of those who are interested in the insurance sector, then if you know, please tell us which one is the best, which one is number two, and whichever one is best and number two, have they paid dividend consistently for 10 years or more? Are they paying dividend per share of 2 naira or more? So please tell us. This is supposed to be an interactive section. It doesn't have to be me,
Yeah.
only me. And I know there are people that know more than me. So please don't just keep quiet. I know there are people on this platform, this meeting, that knows more than me. So please educate us. It might be an opportunity for me to learn. So please, if you know, give us the information.
Well, for me, Yobosa, I have two which I've kept for the past 3 years and a half. Number one on the list that paid because for me, what define which stock to go, like you are rightly said, is it a dividend paying stock? Does it have potential for capital appreciation? I chose linkage, though the dividend 50 kobo, 30 kobo, 35. And the second one on my list is NEM. NEM pays consistently. They don't pay dividend interim, but they pay full year dividend, those two. And I've kept them. But the linkage belong to, what do you call it, a penny stock. But this time, I'm shifting away from penny stock to a stock that declared dividend minimum of 1 naira and once or twice in a year. That's my benchmark for me. And on that note, I might be doing away with name at the same time, linkage assurance. Soon as they list the right issue they've just done recently, I will sell it and use it to top up my volumes in NIDF.
How much
Thanks.
does a NEM pay as a dividend per share?
They paid sometimes 1 naira, the highest I've seen for over the past 10 years because I like said, there's a software on the internet to use just what the dividend history of S stock, like name, like GTCO, GTB, gives you the number of dividend they are paying to the frequency twice a year, once a year. And that is when I do that late, I use that to say, yeah, this stock I've been paying them, I've been paying dividend, even linkage. But linkage is infinitesimal, very tinkly, 1 naira, 2 naira dividend. So that's the two I used before I entered into name and linkage. But with time, as I adjust my policy, as relative to my investment portfolio or prospect, I may be doing away with them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So as far as you are concerned, you've got a linkage and you've got name. Is there anybody else who can tell you, who can tell us what they have got and how much dividend does this stock pay you per how much dividend do they pay? Dividend per share do they pay? Can anybody else tell us which insurance stock is good and how much they pay? And have they paid consistently like 10 years or more? Because I'm also willing to learn. So please tell us. Anybody else that has an insurance stock? Nobody else. Okay, fair enough. If nobody else have. Okay, so what that gentleman said, I cannot fault you because investing is a matter of choice, and everybody will decide their own strategy. I have my own strategy. Part of my strategy is not to invest in penny stock. That's number one. Part of my strategy is not to invest in any stock that will pay me in kobo. That's part of my strategy. So everybody, based on their knowledge, based on their understanding, you have to decide your own strategy. You have to create your own principle. And once you have made up your own mind and your own principle, stick to it. Unless somebody else teach you something that is better than what you already know. Don't deviate from what you have set up for yourself. Like I said, I know there are other people that know much more than me when it comes to stock investing in Nigeria. But no matter how much these other people know, if what they are telling me does not match what I am already doing and even exceed it, there is no way anyone, it doesn't matter what you know, there is no way anyone can convince me to go and buy penny stock or to invest in a stock that will pay me 70 kobo, 30 kobo. There is no way. But I'm not saying the people that are investing in those stocks, I'm not saying they are doing anything wrong. It's a matter of choice. And again, we have to understand that everybody's circumstance is different. Some people, they have enough money to buy, high value stocks. There are some stocks that cost maybe 1,000 naira per unit, 800 naira per unit, 700 naira per unit. And some people can afford it. Whereas some people may not be able to afford it when it is 700 naira per unit, 800 naira per unit. But what I always tell people is that it's not about how many units you buy. And I will give you an example. If you buy 1 unit of Seplat, does anybody know how much a Seplat costs? Anybody help me? How much does a Seplat cost? Okay, Seplat is definitely over 11,000 naira for one unit. To buy 1 unit is okay. For explanation's sake, let's say Seplat is 10,000 naira per unit, and Seplat pays equivalent of about 414 naira per share, even though they pay 4 times. So each time they pay you, it could be anywhere around 100 naira, 105, 1010, somewhere around that. But, at least about 100 naira. But if you look at what they pay you overall for 1 year, it's a little over 400 naira. But let's just say, for argument's sake, they pay you 400 naira per share. 1 unit of Seplat, 10,000 naira, and they pay you about 400 naira dividend per share. Now, somebody will tell me they can't afford 10,000 naira to buy one unit of Seplat, but they can use that 10,000 naira to buy FCMB, to buy WEMA, to buy UBA, or to buy maybe stocks in the insurance sector. And that 10,000 naira will give them, that 10,000 naira will give them maybe about 1,000 units, or even 500 units, or whatever number of units. But the issue now is, let's say you use 10,000 naira to buy 500. No. Let's say you use 10,000 naira to buy maybe 500 units of a name or linkage or WEMA or any other one. And they are paying you 70 kobo per share, or 1 naira per share, or 2 naira per share, even if they pay you 3 or 4 naira per share. Remember, your 10,000 naira will buy just 1 unit of Seplat. But that 10,000 naira can buy you about 500 units of penny stock. And when you calculate how much dividend you are going to get on your penny stock, which gives you about 500 units, and they are paying you at the rate of dividend per share of 70 kobo, 50 kobo, 20 kobo, maybe even 1 naira. If you are lucky, they pay you 2 naira. If they are paying you 2 naira or 1 naira, okay, fair enough. But if they are paying you less than 1 naira, how much? Okay, let's use a realistic figure. Let's assume this penny stock, or even if it is not a penny stock, but maybe WEMA or FCMB or TIP or any other one. Let's say they pay you
35 kobo. 35 kobo. That's the most.
So if a stock is paying you 35 kobo and you have 500 units, so let me do a calculation. 500 units times 35 kobo. Let me see how much that will pay you. So 500 times 35 kobo. That's about 175 naira. So, of course, you will be happy you have 500 units of that stock, and it cost you 10,000 naira. But somebody put their 10,000 naira in 1 unit of Seplat, and they can get 400 naira. So tell me, it's not a case of you don't have the money or you can't afford it, it's too expensive. No, it's just a case of individual sentiment. You want to have more units. You think having more units will give you more money, but that's not the way it works. Having more units does not necessarily give you more dividend than those who have few units. I have only 5 units of Seplat, and I'm happy with that because I know that 5 units, the dividend it pays me is more than if I have gone to buy 1,000 units of penny stock. if I buy those penny stocks, yes, I might have 1,000 units, but how much is the dividend I will get at the end of the year compared to what 5 units of surplus will give me? And a lot of these penny stocks, or not necessarily penny stocks alone, even Wema Bank and the rest of them, FCMB, a lot of them, they only pay you once in a year. That's if they pay at all. They pay you once in a year. That is if they pay at all. But Seplat will pay me 4 years, will pay me 4 times. So on my 5 units, if the rough calculation is that they pay 400 naira per share for 1 year, and they are paying average of 100 naira, every quarter, and I now have 5 units. So that means roughly every quarter, I will be getting about 500 naira. That's better than me having 1,000 units of a stock that will pay me once in a year, and then it will now pay me 50 kobo. But anyway, it's just my own opinion. I mean, you can make up your mind whichever way you want to go or how you want to strategize. You can make up your mind how you want to strategize. Anyway,
let's go to other sectors, sir.
Okay.
What of manufacturing?
Manufacturing. I cannot, on top of my head, start giving you every individual sector. This is the best one. This is the best one. This is the best one. I've given you like about 5 or 6. I think I will say you go and research more sectors. But again, what will help you? Are you using ChatGPT the right way? Or are you using it like Google? You must have had it many times. People use ChatGPT or other AI tools. They use them like Google. AI tools are not Google. They are far, far more intelligent. So you can put into your ChatGPT or Claude or Google Gemini. You can put into any of those AI tools. Give me 10 good sectors on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. 10 good sectors on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and tell me the best 2 stocks in each of those sectors. ChatGPT will give you the answer. It will. And when it gives you the best 2 in each of those sectors, it's up to you to decide whether you want to buy it or not. In this meeting, we cannot cover everything, but I can point you in a way to where you can get more information and what kind of tools you should be using to manage your portfolio. Again, I can, tell you that you need to diversify beyond stocks. There are some people, all their money is in stocks and shares. That's what they've done for the last 10 years or 15 years. But it's not a good idea. You have to diversify. A little bit of a federal government savings bond, a little bit of a mutual fund, a little bit of treasury bill, a little bit of money in high interest savings accounts. And when you get to a certain level, you need to buy land. You need to buy land. And I was talking to somebody recently, and I told this person, I said, look, I think the guy said he's about 28 years or something like that. And I said, you are not too young to buy land. You may be thinking, oh, you don't have the money to build house now. It's not about building house now. If you are working, one of your priority should be to buy land. Don't worry about building. Don't worry about building. Just buy. Depending on where you live, you can still find land for maybe 500,000, maybe 1 million naira, maybe 3 million. That's why I said, depending on where you live, If you don't earn huge income, there is no point thinking, oh, I want to buy land, but it's going to cost me 5 million naira. If your salary is 300,000 naira, why should you be thinking of going to buy land that is 5 million naira? Because if you buy land for 5 million naira, how much are you going to build on it? So everything has to be relative to what your income is. Everything has to be relative. How much is your income? How much can you reasonably save every month? Things do take time, but most people, they are in a hurry. They want to get there very quickly. And a lot of people, they want to achieve something that is probably not within their reach. But they really, oh, I want to buy a car and I want to buy a nice car. Your salary is 300,000 naira and you are planning to buy a car that is 7 million naira. How are you going to do it? Okay, maybe you will get a loan and then you get stuck. You get a loan to buy the car and now you are paying the loan for another 5 years or 6 years. And then if your children want some little luxury, you cannot afford it for them. Or even if yourself, you need money for other things, you cannot afford it because you are paying loan. You want to, you want to live big. There is nothing wrong in dreaming to live big, but do things within your means. Do things within your means. And you have to make sacrifice. If you cannot make sacrifice, you cannot achieve big things. There is always going to be sacrifice. If you cannot make the sacrifice, part of sacrifice is, okay, let's say you earn 300,000 naira per month and all your bills, when you pay all your bills and everything, it comes to about 200,000 naira. Let us assume money for food and a few other things you need, maybe another 50,000. These are just by way of explanation. I'm not saying that's the way it works. So let's assume that you earn 300,000 naira, you pay all your bills, you pay your rent, everything, you buy food in the house, everything you've done. You now have 50,000 naira left. Now, this 50,000 naira, you can do anything you want with it. It is now up to you. That 50,000 naira, are you going to take 30,000 naira every month and buy stocks? Or are you going to put 30,000 naira out of that 50,000 naira? Are you going to save 30,000 naira every month until you have enough money to buy land? Or are you going to say that 50,000 naira you have, you want to go and buy iPhone, I don't know, which one is the latest? iPhone 17, iPhone 18. You want to go and buy the latest phone, which might cost you 600,000 naira. It's about getting your priorities right. You have 50,000 naira to play with in a month, and somebody comes to you and say, maybe their child is getting married or they want to do some kind of party, and they now say, we have this ashwebi, and this ashwebi is only 70,000 naira. Is your priority to buy ashwebi of a 70,000 naira or to put 30,000 naira into your stock portfolio every month, to save 30,000 naira every month until you can afford to buy your own land? It's a matter of priority. It's a matter of what do you want to give up so that you can get or enjoy other things in future. If you cannot make any sacrifice, then how are you going to enjoy in future? You have to sacrifice now. Put some money aside into some things that you know that, yes, these are good for me overall in the long run. So I cannot teach you how to spend your money. And a lot of people will tell me, oh, things are not easy in Nigeria. Yes, we know things are not easy. Things are not easy. We know that. But are you living within your means? There are many people that have a phone that costs 300,000 naira. And if you look at how much they earn per month, maybe they earn 200,000 naira per month. Maybe they even earn below 200,000 naira. But for whatever reason, they would rather use expensive phone. There is nothing wrong in using expensive phone. But because you use an expensive phone, that doesn't mean you are a big person. It doesn't mean you are big. And people that are rich, they don't even flaunt it. That's the thing. Have you seen the way Elon Musk dress? Have you seen the way Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook, have you seen the way he dress? People that are rich, they don't flaunt it. They don't need to show you they are rich. And you don't need to show anybody whether you are rich or you don't rich, or whether you are rich or you are not rich. You don't need to show anybody. You don't need to compete with anybody because your neighbor is driving a luxury car. That doesn't mean you have to drive a luxury car. But at your own time, when you've made all the sacrifice, when you've done everything, a time will come, you will drive that luxury car without stress if you have made all the sacrifice. But the most important thing, I don't know what age you are now, but you should be thinking in terms of by the time you are 50, would you still be hustling? Would you still be struggling? Would you still be working for somebody else? You are still a salary earner. Would you still be doing that? And if you are already 50, okay, you have another 10, 15 years, you can still work actively. What can you build up within the next 10 years, 15 years? What can you build up so that when you are in your 60s, you don't have to rely on your children for money? If they give you is a bonus, you will take it. But you are not relying on them completely to feed you. Your children are not your retirement benefit. You have to work, earn your own retirement through your own sweat. And if your children decide, oh, daddy, you are now 60, we're going to buy you a car, that's good. There's nothing wrong. Oh, you are 70 now. Okay, we are going to buy you iPhone 20. There's nothing wrong. If your children want to celebrate your birthday in style, in a big way, there's nothing wrong. But you cannot afford to be 60 and be ringing your children. You have not given me a feeding allowance for this month. You don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. You want to make sure that you save money, you invest money towards your old age. Right now, you can still hustle. Are you going to be able to hustle when you are 60? Are you going to be able to hustle when you are 60? When you are 65? Oh, another thing that comes to my mind. If you are in this meeting and you have private healthcare insurance in Nigeria, tell me, you have private healthcare insurance. If you are sick, you can go to a private hospital. You don't need to go to government hospital. Tell me if you have a private healthcare insurance. Anybody? Anyone? Okay, nobody. Okay, let me just tell you quickly. my experience with that. In Nigeria, as of today, the hospitals, especially the government hospitals, they are overwhelmed. They are overwhelmed. And not a lot of facilities are being provided. In fact, if you go to some private hospital, they will still ask you to pay money for certain things. Things they should give you free of charge. They will still ask you to pay for it. And the service you receive might not be the best service you want. But in Nigeria, as of today, there is health care insurance program whereby you contribute. There are different packages. Some packages you may have to pay maybe 50,000 naira every month. Some packages you may have to pay 20,000 or 10,000. There are different packages. Go for your own level. Whatever you think you can afford, go for it. Maybe for 1 year, it may cost about 80,000, maybe 100,000, maybe 120,000. Let's assume 1 year health insurance package cost you 120,000 naira. That is roughly about 10,000 naira per month. Now, most people will say, oh, if I pay 10,000 naira per month for health insurance, what if I don't fall sick for the next 3 months? What if I don't fall sick for the next 6 months? Okay, let's put that on one side. You drive a car and you have to do insurance. The government says you have to do insurance, so you do it. But given the opportunity, a lot of people will say, I drive very carefully. I don't have accidents. But if you don't do your car insurance and in 1 full year, you have been extremely careful. But so let's say in December, you have one accident and it's going to cost maybe about 300,000 to repair the damage. How do you now justify it? Oh, I'm a careful driver. I don't speed. I don't drink and drive. You never know when things will happen. You never know when things will happen. Mistake can happen. When accidents happen, it may be your fault and it may be a mistake. Or somebody else it might be somebody else's mistake. But if you don't have insurance, then you put yourself at a very difficult position. If the government thinks you should have insurance for your car, they are doing it to protect you. But if you love yourself, then you should have health insurance. The government is not going to force you to have health insurance. The government is not going to do that. But I've seen many, many cases in Nigeria. People fall sick, one hospital appointment, medical bill, 150,000 naira. Just one small sickness, 150,000 naira. What if that happens 2 or 3 times in 1 year? Then your hospital bill might be going to about 400,000 or more. But if you have a healthcare insurance, maybe about 120,000 naira for the year, maybe about 80,000, you go for your own package, whatever you can afford, maybe about 80,000, and you pay it monthly. Look, health is wealth, and it's part of the investment you have to make. Don't just invest in stocks and shares only. You can only enjoy your stocks and shares, your investment in money market. You can only enjoy them if you are healthy, if you are able to go out about your normal activities. You can do things you want to do. Then you can enjoy your stocks and shares, the dividend, and you can think of going on holiday. You can think of celebrating your birthday. But if you are not well, if you are not feeling fine and you don't have the money to go to hospital, you put yourself in a difficult position. So don't let me digress too much. The way you invest in stocks and shares, the way you invest in a money market, the way you see it as a priority to buy land is the same way you should prioritize investing in healthcare insurance. Regardless of what anybody tells you, I know very well healthcare insurance works fine in Nigeria. It works. I know people that it is working for. Not that they told me. I have, helped some people to process their health insurance subscription, and they are enjoying it. They are enjoying it. Because I've seen people that went to hospital, or they have a typhoid, they have a malaria, whatever, and they spend just one night. The following day, they give this lady hospital bill, 80,000 naira. Just one night, overnight, slept in the hospital, and they give some drips and injection, and the following day, they said 80,000 naira. You can't live like that. Okay, maybe you will now start running after your friends and family to raise money for you. How many times are you going to do that? So healthcare insurance should be part of your priority, should be part of something that should be in your portfolio. You are not going to get any money back. You are the one who is going to be spending money, but it should be part of your portfolio. Okay, all right. Let's move on. Any question? Any question? Any question? Talk to me, please.
Thank you so much so far for everything you have been teaching. Please, I will beg your indulgence to still educate us a little more from your wealth of experience about ETF. I wrote in the comment section, particularly two ETFs, the Vent in the ETF and the Stanbic IBTC 30 ETF. So please, what's your take about them?
Okay. ETF, like they will normally say, is a basket of different stocks. So in the Stanbic 30 ETF, they probably will put a little bit of Okomu, a little bit of Dangote Cement, a little bit of MTN, a little bit of different stocks. They bring them into one basket. If you go and buy Okomu, you spend like over 1,000 naira. You go and buy MTN, you spend over 800 naira. And by the time you buy 30 different stocks, you are probably looking at over 20,000 naira if you buy them individually. But the ETF brings everything into one basket for you. And they will now tell you this Stanbic 30 ETF, maybe 4,000 naira, or maybe 5,000, or maybe 3,000 naira. So they have brought the price down. What's the best way to put this? When you buy things, when you buy larger quantity of things, you get discounts. When you buy in a large quantity, you get discount. That's exactly or something similar with the ETF. You have all these stocks, they've put them together, you're buying it at a cheaper price. Now, the issue is, does it pay dividend? Does it pay good dividend? Does it pay dividend regularly? Does it have a potential for capital growth? There are a couple of things you have to think about. Personally, I haven't bought the Stanbic ETF. I haven't bought any ETF. The only one that I have is not a Nigerian stock. I have the Vanguard S&P 500. It's an American stock, and that's the only one of US stock that I have. It's called Vanguard S&P 500. So Vanguard S&P 500 is one stock that has a combination of the best 500 stocks in US. They sell it as one, and it's very, very reasonable price. So it is a similar thing to the ETF. If you are interested in buying it, because I don't want to give you too much ideas on it because I haven't bought it. I don't really know how well it is operating and how much it is given. The time I try to look into it, I've not been able to see anywhere that says they pay dividend regularly. In fact, I've not been able to see where they've paid any dividend, this Stanbic ETF. Maybe they do pay, but personally, from the little research that I did, I've never seen it anywhere that they pay dividend or they have paid it regularly. And for me, I'm so much particular about dividend. If a stock or an investment is not going to pay me dividend, I don't want to put my money into it just for the sake of I have a Stanbic 30. I have the best 30 stocks through Stanbic. No. I don't want to have it just for having sake. If tomorrow I'm able to learn that Stanbic 30 ETF, they are paying maybe 30 naira per share as a dividend, or they are paying 40 naira dividend per share, or whatever amount they are paying, and they are paying it consistently every year, then maybe I might be interested. But for now, I've not been able to see anything that shows me that if I invest in it, I'm going to get good returns. But I'm not saying it's not good. What I'm saying is I have not done enough research on it. So I hope that clears it. And that's for any ETF you want to talk about in Nigeria. I have not done extensive research on any ETF in Nigeria because the individual stocks, they are doing extremely very well. So I can't really be bothered about ETF. Instead of doing ETF, what I would suggest, which is what I also do, you can put your money in a money market. For example, GT money market. I put some money into GT money market, and the interest on GT money market is 17.1%, which is good, which means you are getting 17.1% on the balance that you have in your GT money market. Or if you do Stanbic, I started with a Stanbic money market, and Stanbic money market was paying me, I think, about 15.5%. And then when I found out that JITCO is paying 17.1% on their GT money market fund, 17.1%, then I switched to JITCO. On top of whatever they are paying you as an interest on your investment, some of them, every 6 months, they will pay you dividend. Some of them, they pay you yearly. Some of them, they pay you quarterly. One of my sister told me recently, I think she did with First Bank. And First Bank, they paid her about, I think they paid her about 150,000, about 150,000 naira after 6 months. I think she probably have, about 10 million naira or so in the First Bank ETF. But every month, they are adding some money to it because the way the ETF works, some of them, because I don't want to talk about the ones I don't know. Like, for example, Stanbic and GT, not ETF, oh, sorry. I'm talking about money market, the way the money market works. So I have a Stanbic money market and I have JITCO. And the way it works, if they say they will give you 17% per annum, every month they work out what interest you have accumulated. At the end of the month, they add it to your capital. So it works like compound interest. It works like a compound interest. You put 100,000 naira there now, and they tell you is let's for to make it simple, they tell you is 10%. And you know 10% of 100 naira is a 10 naira. No, sorry, 100,000. You put in 100,000, and they said the rate is 10%. So 10% of 100,000, 10% of 100,000, that's about 10,000 naira. Let's say roughly about 10,000 naira. So they will now break it down. At the end of every month, whatever you have accumulated, they add it to your existing capital. So if you are interested in ETF, do further research. And if it works well for you, put your money into it. If not, then the one I have done and I'm still doing is the money market. And the money market is working fine for me. So I just stay with the money market. One other thing I'm going to say is, while I would encourage you to diversify your portfolio, I will also tell you don't over diversify. There is no point you invest in the capital market, you invest in the money market, you have a piggy vest, you buy land, you are doing ETF, you have some money in gold ETF. I think they call one Japol or something like that. I don't do it, but you put your money everywhere. You don't need that. You don't need that. You only need a few of those classes of assets, those investments. You only need a few, maybe about 3 or 4. If you have money in a capital market, you bought some shares. In money market, you only need to do federal government savings bond or mutual fund. And we are talking of money market mutual fund because, again, mutual fund, there are different sectors or types of mutual fund. There are so many types of mutual fund. The most popular one is the money market mutual fund. And that's the one most people do. And that's the one I did. So there is no point you put some of your money in a federal government savings bond, you do a money mutual fund, you do a treasury bill, and then you still go and do high interest savings account with a piggy vest, and then you buy land, and then you put some money in a gold ETF. You don't have to overstretch yourself. Just decide on the major ones you want to do. I hope that answers your question. Hello,
Absolutely.
Sir.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
And you can do more research through ChatGPT. I really want to emphasize on how you use ChatGPT because many people are not using it. And even the few that are using it, they are underutilizing it. Those that are using it, they are underutilizing it. So one of the things you can do with a ChatGPT is, and this doesn't cost you money, you can put in a prompt to ChatGPT and say, every day, send one investment term to me and explain it. That's the way you learn. It's at your own convenience. Every day, ChatGPT will send one investment term to you and it will explain it. So when you hear about EPS, earning earning price, what's EPS? I've forgotten. Earnings per share, EPS. So when you hear about EPS, earning per share, you understand, because every day ChatGPT will send you a new word and it will tell you the explanation. Payout ratio, it will explain it. Ex-dividend date, it will explain it. PE ratio, it will explain it. You have to, these are things you can use ChatGPT for. You cannot use Google because Google is not programmed to work on automation, but you can use ChatGPT. ChatGPT can work on automation. I'll give you a few examples of the things I've done with ChatGPT, and then we can close this. I realize we've spent more than 2 hours, so thank you for being patient. I'll show you some of the things I've done with ChatGPT. Okay, let me log into the Telegram platform because it will be a lot easier to show you than just explaining it. Okay, bear with me. Just bear with me one moment. I need to log into, oh, just a minute. Right, okay. So share, okay. Right, just bear with me 1 minute. It's not showing. Okay. I'm trying to share my screen, but it's not going through yet. So just give me 1 minute to get this right. Oof, how come it's not changing the screen? Oh, okay. Okay, right. Right. Okay, let's go up a little bit so that I can show you something. Right. Just bear with me. If I show you, it's a lot easier because it explains itself. Oh, okay. Actually, let me start from this one. Can you see this one where it says Smart Investor Bot? I've created a system through ChatGPT. The way I started is I asked ChatGPT to send me daily brief every day. So what you see here, can you see this screen? Can you see it? Sorry, I need a response to know that you.
Yes.
So
Yes,
this
you can.
one, okay. So this one that says Smart Investor Bot, this message, you say it says quote of the day. It gives you one quote, Nigerian sector spotlight. So every day it will select one sector in the NGX. So this one is about consumer good. And then it will tell you stock investing concept. It will explain one concept to you. Then dividend lesson. It will give you one lesson about dividend. Common beginner mistake. It will give you, a couple of sentences about mistakes that beginner investors make. So all these things you are seeing here, I started by saying ChatGPT should send that information to me every day. And it send it to my ChatGPT account. So only me can see it every day. And I read it every day and I read it every day. So I thought, and that's an automation because once you send the prompt to ChatGPT, it will do it every day until you ask it to stop sending that message to you. So I took it to another level. And then I said, okay, instead of sending it to me alone, send it to my Telegram group. So every day, ChatGPT send this message. So if you look at it, that's one.
Sorry, does one need to pay subscription to install this ChatGPT on your device?
There
on
are
your
different.
Android?
There is a free version and there is a subscription version. It depends on the complexity of what you want to do that will determine whether you will pay subscription or not. But for the first 3 or 4 years or so that I've used ChatGPT, I was using the free version. I've only upgraded to the paid version recently. So most of the things you will need, you should be able to get it through ChatGPT free of charge. But if you want to do automation that are a bit, what's the right word? That are a bit complex, yes, then you need the paid version. If it is just to send this kind of thing to yourself, you see this one,
Yes.
if you want to send it to yourself on ChatGPT, you don't need to pay. But if you want to send it to another platform, whether you want to send it to your Telegram group, or you want to send it to your Facebook, or you want it to go to your YouTube, then you need a paid version of ChatGPT.
So I can get it downloaded from Play Store, like every other app.
Yeah. You can download ChatGPT on Play Store, or you can even log into their website and then just do your registration and everything. That's if you are using a laptop. But if you want to use your mobile phone, download it. Okay, so this one now, this automation is done with ChatGPT, but in collaboration with some other tools. So I've had to set up a Telegram bot. It's like a robot on the Telegram. So ChatGPT will write the script, and then the Telegram robot will collect it from ChatGPT and post it here. So this way, even if I don't post anything on this platform, the robot, the ChatGPT and the robot, they work hand in hand and they post educative information every day. They will post this educative information every day. Now, what I have done, okay, this one is working well. So the next stage I'm working on now is for it to be able to post the same message to my, what's it called? To my Facebook page, to my TikTok, to my Instagram, and other places. So there are different levels of automation you can do. But let me show you the very simple one where you wouldn't need to pay any money to charge GPT. Let me show you the simple ones. I'll just go back. Once I've shown you at your own convenient time, you can then go back to the platform and read it all over again, and then you can practice more. Let me go back. Just bear with me 1 minute. Yeah, you see, all these PE ratio, price to earning that the other gentleman was talking about, all these things, ChatGPT will write the script every day and post it to my platform. And you can do the same thing for yourself. Just ask ChatGPT to write it and send it to you directly. Or if not, you can come and read it here every day. Okay.
On the Telegram, what is the name? Is this Smart Investor that is your account?
Yes, the Smart Investor, that's the name of the group. Hopefully,
Okay.
before we finish, I will also put it in the chat section so that you can see it.
And even the recorded video of today's session. Is it possible we can have it?
Yes. Yeah.
Just later instead,
Right.
post the link to that group we met, if possible.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll post the
it's
link.
better. Yeah.
You put a
Okay.
link.
Yes, I will. Okay, right. So let's go from here now. Can you see? Can you see this? How beginner and intermediate investors can use ChatGPT. This is where many investors are only scratching the surface. So ChatGPT can become a personal investment research assistant, dividend analyst assistant, portfolio review assistant, retirement planning assistant. You can tell ChatGPT, I am 30 years old. This is how much I earn per month. These are my expenses per month. Uh, um, Within the next 20 years, I can still work. So how can I invest so that when I get to the age of 50, I will be able to earn whatever amount you want to earn? Maybe you want to earn dividend income of 500,000 naira every year. You tell ChatGPT, it will break everything down for you. If let's say your salary is 300,000 naira, and after you've paid all your bills and everything, you have 50,000 naira left. ChatGPT will tell you how much you need to invest every month, where you need to invest it, and how that money will grow and compound, what kind of a dividend you will get at the end of every year, and in 10 years' time, what your situation will be. ChatGPT will tell you all those things. You have to use it. So, okay. So these are simple prompts which you don't need to pay ChatGPT for. Look at this. Example prompt 1. For you to find good stocks, you want to find good stock, don't go randomly on social media asking people that you don't know, oh, which stock is doing well? Which stock should I buy? Because people will give you different answers and you will be confused. But ChatGPT has been programmed to relate with you like a professional in any area that you want to talk about. If you want to talk about medicine, you are a doctor. If you start chatting with a ChatGPT, it will talk to you and relate with you as a doctor. If you say you are a lawyer and you want to talk to ChatGPT as a lawyer, it will tell you all the things you need to know. If you are an investor and you want to talk to ChatGPT, how can I invest so that 10 years from now, I will be receiving X amount as dividend, or 10 years from now, I will have a portfolio that is worth or valued at 10 million naira or 5 million naira or whatever amount. ChatGPT will break everything down. So let me just mention 1 or 2 examples. So example prompt 1, to find good stock, ask ChatGPT. This is the question. This is the prompt you need to send to ChatGPT. List 20 fundamentally strong stocks on the NGX. Rank them by profitability, dividend history, growth potential, and management quality. If you send this message to ChatGPT, the result you will get, it's like you are talking to an experienced investor. You are asking an experienced investor to tell you 20 very good stocks. That is the way ChatGPT will relate to you. Okay, example prompt 2. If you want to find out dividend stocks that are, they are good for paying dividend, this is the prompt, or this is the question you should ask ChatGPT. Which NGX stocks have paid dividend consistently for at least 10 years? Rank them by dividend. So it will tell you the ones that has paid dividend for the last 10 years and the one that paid the highest dividend up to the one that paid the lowest dividend. Okay, let me just pick one more so that we don't go round and round in circle. Okay, prompt number 8, stock valuation. I think somebody talked about valuation and something similar to that, or volume or something. Okay, if you want to find out about stock valuation for a stock, you can ask that GPT this question. Is JITCO currently undervalued, fairly valued, or overvalued? Use earnings, dividend yield, book value, and historical valuation metrics. If you ask ChatGPT this type of question, it will give you the best answer. And you can use it instead of saying, is JITCO currently undervalued? You can say, is Okomu currently undervalued or overvalued or fairly valued? Is Seplat undervalued, overvalued, or fairly valued? You can mention any stock that you want. You can mention any stock that you want. So it depends on which question you are asking ChatGPT. Okay, let me just give you this one more. Example, retirement portfolio. Well, I don't know what your age is, but if, for example, you ask ChatGPT, I am 59 years old. I plan to retire in 2032. Build a diversified portfolio. Combining stocks, bonds, pension, money market fund, and cash reserve. And this is what I was telling you about. You need to diversify your portfolio. And ChatGPT can give you the best answer. Don't go and ask people randomly. They will give you different views, and you wouldn't even know which one to follow. And when you begin to talk to ChatGPT remembers everything you have told it. So if today you tell ChatGPT that you are 59 years old, next week, when you are interacting with ChatGPT and you are asking it something you want to do, and ChatGPT thinks that people of your age should not be doing that, or that investment you want to do is not good for people of your age. Maybe if you are about 40 years old, you can do it. ChatGPT will tell you that, based on what I know about you, you are 59 years old, that investment you want to do is too risky. It's meant for people that are still young. ChatGPT will tell you. It will tell you. So you need to be using ChatGPT in the right way. And, all those simple prompts, you can easily generate the prompts. Another thing I have done with ChatGPT, now, when I schedule Zoom meeting, I don't have to bother about posting the notification. I've already set up an automation. The notification, like this one you are looking now, this is created by ChatGPT, and this was posted directly by ChatGPT into my Telegram group. Now, I'm also going to upgrade that automation. It can post my notification for Zoom meetings. It can post it directly into my Facebook page. It can post it to my TikTok. But if you want to do that level of automation, you will have to pay the subscription. But you don't need to do that for now. Just ask ChatGPT to send those simple information to you directly. This is where you need to start. This one, you know, okay, somebody might be interested in the insurance sector. So ChatGPT Spotlight on insurance sector. Insurance companies on the NGX help people and businesses manage risk. They collect premium today and may pay claims later. For investors, the key thing to watch is not just profit, but also how well the company control claims, expenses, and investment income. Real example, firms like Aiko Insurance, Custodian Investment, and Name Insurance are names many NGX investors follow. So these are simple ChatGPT prompts that you can use. So let me post the link to this platform before I forget, and before we round up. Let me just post the link to the platform, and then we can round it up. Right. Okay.
We didn't say anything about Dangote refinery.
I have written extensively. Let me take you back. I will show you. If you go into the pinned message, let me go into the pinned message. Okay, can you read this? Can you read it? Somebody should read for me, please. Is anybody
Dangote
seeing what I'm...
refinery IPO. Are you ready for it?
Good. Have you registered with Invest NGX? Has anybody registered with Invest NGX? Anybody? If you want to buy the Dangote refinery IPO, you need to register with Invest NGX.
I'm registered with NGS. I've bought right issues there that I have.
Exactly. So that's what you need. Some people will tell you, oh, you can buy the Dangote refinery IPO through Bamboo, through Afri Invest, and some other stockbrokers. Can anybody tell me the why you should buy through NGX instead of the stockbroker? There is no doubt about it. You can buy it through the stockbroker. But do you know the implication or the reason or the difference why you should buy from one and not the other? Can anybody tell me? Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. Okay, don't let us waste time. Okay, go on.
Yes, I want to thank you, sir, for the. So I wanted to say, maybe because they are actually they are the major player in the game, so they deal with it directly. Others might have to relate with them to get it done. If I can put
Okay.
it that way, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, let me explain to you. There is nothing wrong if you buy the Dangote refinery IPO through Bamboo or Afri Investor or any other stockbroker. There is nothing wrong with it. But one thing you should know is that all those organizations, they are private organizations. And private organizations, they are in business to make money. So if you are buying through Afri Invest or Bamboo or any other stockbroker, you will pay fees. It's not free. They will charge you some money for buying through them because they will tell you it's a privilege that they have brought it to you on their website. But if you are buying it through the NGX, you don't pay any fee. So, like you normally buy your stocks on your stockbroker app and you pay fees. The same thing. If you buy the Dangote refinery IPO through any stockbroker, you will pay the normal fee. So, for example, if you decide to buy maybe 100,000 worth of a Dangote refinery IPO, whatever fee the stockbroker normally charge, they will charge you. But if you buy it through NGX, you are not paying anything because NGX is owned by the government. It is owned by the government. You don't have to pay anything. It's free. Okay. And then another thing, Bamboo has one shortcoming. I'm not saying Bamboo is not good, but Bamboo has one shortcoming. And this is with regards to how you choose your stockbroker. If you want to buy stocks on Bamboo, you have to spend minimum of 5,000 naira. If you want to buy any stock, if you buy stock today, let's say you put 10,000 naira into your Bamboo wallet and you buy some stocks, maybe about 7,000 naira. And then later in the day, you see another stocks you want to buy. You have 3,000 naira left in your Bamboo wallet. You cannot buy another stocks until you add more money to your Bamboo wallet. And even when you add more money to your Bamboo wallet, the next time you are going to buy any stock, it still have to be 5,000 naira or more. But that is not the case when you register with stockbroker like Stanbic or any primary stockbroker. Stockbrokers like Bamboo are called a secondary stockbroker. They are affiliated with some major stockbrokers. But that doesn't mean Bamboo is not good. They are good, they are doing their business, and they want to make their own money. But anyway, let's come back to the Dangote Refinery IPO. So you can see, have you registered with Invest NGX? You click on this, it takes you straight to where you need to register. Have you taken position with stocks that will benefit from the IPO, e.g., NGX, Stanbic IBTC, Seplat? Do you know that when the Dangote Refinery IPO, when it is launched, there are some boomerang effects that will take place on some other stocks? Well, you need to find out. Come back here and read later, and you can also ask ChatGPT to explain to you. Have you registered with CSCS and paid your subscription? You need to register with CSCS. Don't wait until they now tell you Dangote Refinery is going to be launched tomorrow, because you definitely need your CSCS. You need your CSCS. And when you click on this link, it takes you to CSCS page, and then you can register. The subscription is 5,375 naira per year. Okay. Everything you need to know about Dangote Refinery in simple English. Okay, let me click that. Hopefully I can open it and you can see it. Can you see what is on my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to ask a question just to be sure you can see it. Okay, can you tell me the first few lines of what you can see, please? Can you tell me?
Okay.
No, the first few lines, at the top, the first question.
Dangote, okay. Have you registered with the Invest NGS?
No.
Two.
That's not the screen I want you to see. I'm sharing another screen. Just hold on. I'm sharing another screen.
Okay.
That's not the one. Okay. Tell me when you see a different screen. Are you still seeing the Telegram group, or can you see another?
A different screen is on now.
Okay, what is on this screen?
Number one, what the Dangote Refinery IPO means.
Good. That's the screen I want you to see. Now, This is my ChatGPT account, and this is me talking to ChatGPT. So can you see the question I asked at the top? Can you see the question?
Yes.
Can anyone read the first line just for me to be sure we are on the same page?
Explain to me in a layman language how to prepare the Dangote refinery IPO on the NGS.
Good. So this is what I've been telling you. The ChatGPT has intelligence. It knows everything. And you can always talk to ChatGPT to get your information. So I came to ChatGPT and said, explain to me in a layman language how to prepare for the Dangote refinery IPO on the NGX. What date is the stock going to be listed? How much will it cost? What is the probability that the stock will go up in price within 6 months? And by what percentage? How many units would you suggest that I should buy? What is the dividend per share that I can expect for the first 3 years of listing of this stock? Is Dangote refinery IPO a good buy? When you ask a question like this, these are intelligent questions. If you ask this type of question on a normal social media platform, different people will give you different random answers based on their own speculation. But if you ask ChatGPT, it is going to break it down for you as if you are talking to a professional person. So look at the way ChatGPT break it down for me. It says, I will explain it in very simple language so that you understand both the opportunity and the risk. So number one, what the Dangote refinery IPO means. It explains it. Expected date of listing. It explains it. How much the share may cost. It explains it. Step-by-step preparation for the IPO. Again, you have to be prepared. Don't think, oh, when they say the Dangote refinery IPO is ready, then you can just go and buy. There are some steps you need to take. There are some preparations you need to do. Probability the price will rise in 6 months. You are thinking ahead. You are thinking ahead. If I buy it now, is it going to rise? Is it going to fall? It's a new stock. So should I buy the same day it is listed, or should I wait for about a few weeks after it is listed? But the difference is, if it is listed, let's assume it is listed today for maybe 100 naira, and you don't buy today. If you want to buy it maybe 1 week later, do you think you will still be able to buy it for 100 naira? No, because when you are going to buy it later, you are going to buy it from the stock brokers and people that bought it when it was listed in the IPO. They would have put up the price. They would have put up the price. If people buy it 100 naira now and you want to buy it later, of course, you will find it for 110, 120, or 130. Just like if you want to buy a stock now, you go into it and you can see offer price. People will offer different price. In fact, somebody might buy it for 100 naira and decide that they will sell it for 150 naira. It's up to them. If you really, really want it, if you are desperate, you will buy it. If not, it's okay. You don't buy it. So buying it during the IPO is going to be cheaper than buying it later. So for the IPO, make sure you get your money ready and buy as much as possible. And if you have any extra money, buy extra so that weeks later, when latecomers come to the market and they want to buy, and you feel like selling some of your own Dangote refinery IPO, you can sell it at a higher price and you make your money. That's it. Though, I mean, for me, I always say, buy your stock, keep it for life. You are not a trader, but it's also an opportunity if you want to make extra money. Let's assume your original plan is to invest 200,000 naira in Dangote Refinery IPO, but you want to make some quick money. You can buy 300,000 naira worth of Dangote Refinery. And few weeks later, if people are now looking to buy, because this thing will be oversubscribed, there is no doubt about it. It will be over. Not everybody will be able to buy it during the IPO. It will be oversubscribed. And days after the IPO, many people will be very, very interested in buying it, and they will pay higher price. But anyway, you have to be prepared. Okay, so expected dividend, roughly, it gives you what you can expect. How many shares someone should buy? Again, it gives you a breakdown and an idea. Sorry, excuse me. Is Dangote Refinery IPO a good buy? The explanation is there, whether it's a good buy or not. Reason, it could be strong. Largest refinery in Africa. And the risk, crude supply issues, government regulation, refinery maintenance cost, fuel price. And this is ChatGPT summarizing its advice, my professional style advice. If the price is reasonable, this IPO could become one of the most important stocks on the Nigerian market. But the safest strategy is buy some shares at IPO. Keep cash to buy more later. Hold long term, 5 to 10 years. So this should tell you that you need to be using ChatGPT, ask some serious questions you need to be asking ChatGPT some serious questions, and it will give you the good answers that you need. I will show you one last thing, and then we will close. I know a lot of people are definitely wanting to go, and even me too. I think it's about time we close this, but I will show you one more thing. Some of the things I've been using ChatGPT to do. Okay, let me show you one thing.
Later, before you go to that, this NGX is not returning anything from the website. It's only an error 404. The NGX, the
And
NGX
then,
group.
okay, just sometimes their website do experience network problem. This error 404, I've seen it a couple of times. If it returns error 404, try maybe 1 hour later. If the error is still there, try tomorrow. It's something I have come across many times. So just try later.
Do they have app? Is this the same thing as Nigerian Stock, the application app on phone?
It's the same thing. It's the same.
Nigerian.
Sorry, say that again.
I say on application on phone through app stock. Is it
It's the
Nigerian
same.
stocks?
As long as it says NGX, it's the same. It's the same.
This one writes in green and white. It says Nigeria Security Exchange.
No, it's not Nigeria Security Exchange. NGX. It should the one you see on the app. Is it NGX?
No, it's right inside the green.
Okay,
small
hold
like
on.
this.
Hold on.
Writing
Okay.
Nigeria.
Okay, just hold on. Let's see something. Okay. Just a minute. I'm just trying to see if I can open if I can open uh, sorry, bear with me. where is the Play Store? Okay, right. So that, can you see Play Store now? Can you see
No,
Play
you are
Store on
seeing
my
your,
screen?
I think your Gmail. You are seeing your Gmail.
You are seeing my Gmail. Okay. Okay, let me, I'm trying to see how to turn to Play Store. Moving from one sharing. Okay, I'm trying to see how I can. Okay, let me see.
This Play Store now.
Okay, are you seeing Play Store?
You can
Are you
see
seeing
Play
Play
Store
Store?
now. It has
Eh?
gone. Oh.
It has
It has
gone.
gone.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I want to open Zoom now.
No. Okay. Okay, just hold on. Just hold on. Hmm. Ah, no. That's not Google Play Store. Well, anyway, you
This one
shouldn't.
is this app shows Nigerian Security Exchange. Is it the same thing?
I can't see what. Let me see if I can see it. Just hold on. Let me come back to where I can see what you have, so I can then tell you, because I can't see it. But just give me 1 minute. I'll come back. Right. Okay. Show me what you have. You need to come into video and show me what you have. Then I can tell you.
Okay.
Okay. Excuse me,
Because
sir. Can I ask a question?
Okay, go on.
Yeah, my question is in respect of this CSCS. If you already
Yes.
have the number, do you still need to register with NGX?
Yes. If you already have the number,
Yeah.
that means your account has been created, but it has not been activated. Because what happened is, when you buy stock for the first time, the stockbroker, no, not when you buy stock, when you register with a stockbroker, the stockbroker will also register you with CSCS. When they register you with CSCS, you now need to go and do that registration again using the CSCS number that the registrar gave you. That the stockbroker gave you. You have to
Okay.
use exactly the same CSCS number that the stockbroker gave you. And when you do that registration, you then pay the subscription, and then that account will now be activated for you. You can see all your shares. So basically, once you register with a stockbroker, the stockbroker automatically register you with CSCS, but that registration is there as a dummy account. For that account to be activated, you then now need to go and register again using the same CSCS account. But most importantly, you need to pay the subscription of 5,375 naira. And that is when the account becomes fully activated. Did you get that?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Aha. So, okay. So that gentleman, I can't see what's it called? The app you are trying to show me, but maybe later when we finish this meeting, you can do a screenshot. Actually, you can do a screenshot and send it to my Telegram account, or you can send it to me in this meeting, or whichever way. But we can talk later, and then I can see whether what you have is the right thing or not. There's just one thing I just want to show you quickly before we close. Hopefully 5 minutes, we should close this. We've been here for a very long time. Just bear with me. Okay. Right. Just give me 1 minute. I will try and sort this out quickly. Okay, let me do it this way. Okay, I think this might be, okay, I think this might be better. Just 1 minute, I'll be with you. Okay, hopefully I will see what I want to show you, but if I don't see it, let me just explain it very quickly. Right, so what I'm trying to look for, again, it's one of the way you use ChatGPT. For example, most people have never read the financial report of the stockbroker, the financial report of the stocks. Let's say, for example, GT, they've done their annual report, they've declared dividend. Most people have never read the financial report. All they want to know is, oh, is that stock good? Can I buy it? Okay, I can understand why people have not read the financial report, because most of the financial report is about 50 pages long. Sometimes it could even be 60 pages. But that same financial report, you can take the whole financial report, 60 pages, and put it into ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to summarize it for you in 2 pages, to give you the key points that are relevant to you as an investor. And I've done that for myself. So I just want to show you what it looks like. I will show you in a minute, and then we just end this one here. I'll just have a quick look. Or maybe, I know I've posted it on the Telegram group as well, so maybe I should go and look for it on the Telegram group. It might be easier that way. I'm just having a quick look. Right. I should be able to find that information on the okay. Just give me 1 minute. I will find it, and then you have a look, and then we close it there. Oh, actually, I think I may have put it on that pinned information. Right, let me see.
But I just want to ask this ngxgroup.com, is it the same thing as having a CSS account? Can we buy straight to the CSS account?
NGX Group, no. The NGX Group has different sections. So CSCS is different from NGX Group. CSCS is a government body that stores all your stocks. When you buy your stocks, it is stored with your stock broker first, and then it is also stored with CSCS. But NGX Group, that's the platform through which you are able to buy your stocks, but you have to go through your stockbroker. You have to go through your stockbroker.
For this instance now, is this NGX group now, is it acting as a stockbroker?
No. NGX Group is a government body. It's a government organization. Just like you have a Nigerian Security Exchange Commission. Security Exchange Commission is a federal government of Nigeria organization. The same way CSCS is a government organization. It's different from the stockbroker. It's different from the registrar. Stockbroker and registrar, they are private organization. Right, okay, this is the one I'm looking for, 2-page summary. Okay, again, I have posted the link to my Telegram group in the chat section. So if you come to the Telegram group, look for this 2-page summary of Dangote Cement annual report for financial year end 2025. And that 2-page summary is for me, but just I will show you now what it says there. Right, so I'm on it now. Okay. Look at the way I phrased this question. The first thing you need to do, hold on. Right, just hold on. Oh, I need to minimize the screen. Okay, Look at the way I phrased the question. Analyze Dangote. Can you see what I'm sharing? Can everyone see what I'm sharing?
Yes, we can.
Okay, the one that says analyze Dangote Cement annual report. Is that the one you are seeing?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so the question I put to ChatGPT, I said, analyze Dangote Cement annual report for financial year end 2025. Extract the most important information that are relevant to me as an investor and summarize it for me in 2 pages. Your report to me should be in plain English that I can understand. Use relevant formats where necessary. That is, bullet points, tables, charts, and so on. Is this a stock that I can hold on to for the next 20 years, bearing in mind that I have 1,000 units? Okay, so quick one. ChatGPT said, based on Dangote Cement audited 2025 annual report, this was one of the strongest financial years in the company's history. Revenue, profit, earning per share, and dividend all reached record levels, while debt was significantly reduced. This is good news. If a company is reducing its debt and is making profit, why will it not pay you good dividend? Okay. The business demonstrated that it can continue to grow profits even in a difficult economic environment. That is the kind of stock you want to buy. That's the kind of, not not stocks that little problem. We are sorry, we can't pay dividend this year. You don't want a stock like that. And do you know why Dangote Cement can continue to pay even in difficult economic environment? Because they make money in dollars outside Nigeria. This is what I'm telling you, that if a company is making additional income in dollars, even if the Nigerian environment is volatile, difficult, they are making money outside Nigeria. Okay, so see what ChatGPT now wrote to me. Dangote Cement PLC, annual report summary, financial year 2025, investor brief for Olaleye Akintemi. So ChatGPT is now personalizing this for me as an investor. So this is like me going to a financial advisor and say, this is the report of Dangote Cement. Can you please explain it to me? That's exactly what ChatGPT is doing here. So it says revenue growth, 10/10. Dangote Cement did very well. Profitability, 10/10. They've done very well. Dividend, 10/10. Does anybody know how much Dangote paid? How much did Dangote pay? Can anyone help me? How much did Dangote pay? 35?
45.
45, exactly. Exactly. That's the kind of dividend you should be looking for. Not 1 naira, 2 naira. 45 naira. How much did Jitco pay? Jitco paid 12 naira. Exactly. That's still a good one. That is still a good one. Anyway, so ChatGPT now tells me a brief background how Dangote Cement performed. Then it went into the biggest highlight, revenue. This is the revenue that Dangote Cement made in 2025. And that is a 20% increase over 2024. Profit before tax. Their profit before tax is 1.5 trillion. That is more than double what they made in 2024. 109%. That's a profit more than double what they made in 2024. Profit after tax, 1.01 trillion. Earnings per share, that is 59 naira 86 kobo. That means, does anybody know the meaning of earning per share? Anyone want to try?
I think what each share was able to gain.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the one. That is the profit that Dangote Cement is making on every share that you buy. So you buy one share for, let's say, how much is Dangote Cement now? I don't even know. I think Dangote Cement is about, is it 800 or 900 or something? But whatever price it is.
896 as a price.
So whatever price it is, what they are making on each stock that you bought, they are making 59 naira 86 kobo. And they are paying you 45 naira for every stock. They are paying you dividend of 45 naira. That means Dangote Cement is extremely generous for them to pay you 45 naira out of 59 naira 86. And that's the kind of company you want to invest with. These companies that are paying dividend of 50 kobo, 30 kobo, do you think they are not making profit? They are making profits in billions, but they don't really care. They will tell you, oh, we want to do some, we want to, they will find the excuse what they want to do. They don't care about the investors. They will tell you they want to expand. We want to buy more equipment. But for how many years are you going to continue to say you want to expand, you want to buy more equipment, you want to do this, you want to do that. And year in, year out, they continue to pay 30 kobo, 40 kobo, 20 kobo. I won't put my money there. Okay, so in terms of revenue, revenue increased from roughly 3.58 million to 4.31. That is really good. In terms of profit, this is the most impressive part of the report. Profit after tax doubled. Dividend from 30 naira to 45 naira. Again, this is what you want. A company that the dividend is increasing from year to year. Why would anybody not want to invest in a company that pays you dividend? But they are not just paying you dividend, the dividend is increasing every year. Within 2 or 3 years, all the money I invested in a Dangote cement, I would have got it back through dividend. And whatever they are now paying me, I'm just earning it for free. Because if they are paying 45 naira per unit, within a short time, maybe 3 years, maybe 4 years, maybe 5 years, all the money I would have got it back. And that means I own Dangote cement for free, which is the same thing that happens with my Gitco. The money that I paid to buy my Gitco stock, I've got back nearly half of the money as dividend. By the time they pay me dividend for another 2 or 3 years, I would have got back all the money that I used to buy the Gitco share. So I will own my 50,000 units of Gitco. I will own it for free because I've got the money back. And they will still continue to pay me dividend. Anyway, you have to understand the strategy. You must have a strategy. Okay, anyway, let me just look at the last line. So you can see everything. Okay, what does ChatGPT doesn't like? It said, cement demand can slow if construction activity weakens. The share price has appreciated significantly, so future returns may be less spectacular than in the past. Expansion into some African markets has been uneven. Cement production is energy intensive, making cost sensitive to fuel and power. So ChatGPT will always be balanced. It will not give you a biased report. It will tell you what is good and what is bad. It will give you a frank opinion. Okay, so should you hold this stock for 20 years? Okay, can you now see what it's saying here? Given what I know about your investment approach, this is ChatGPT telling me, because I've been having conversation with ChatGPT for like 3 or 4 years. It says, given what I know about your investment approach, where you prefer financially strong Nigerian companies with both capital growth and reliable dividend income. Yes, I think Dangote Cement remains a strong candidate for a long-term call. And it gave me the reason. And then it summarized the whole thing. This is the summary. And the recommendation, it says I should hold. I will not sell simply because the share price has risen. Instead, keep collecting the annual dividend. Dividend. Keep collecting the annual dividend. Reinvest the dividend when opportunity arise. When people are saying the market is bleeding, I'm buying more of the same shares, because when people are saying the market is bleeding, that means the price has come down. And that's what you want. Sometimes the price has to come down so that you can buy more and it will go up again, provided you have bought good stocks. The price will come down and it will go up. But if it is a good stock, it will go up more than it comes down. More than it comes down. So the last summary, because your overall Nigerian investment portfolio is around 11 million naira, Dangote Cement deserves to remain one of your core long-term holding. alongside strong financial and industrial companies. But I will keep the exposure balance across banking, telecommunication, industrial, consumer goods, REITs, and fixed income. Can you see the diversification now? It's not just buying Dangote cement alone or buying in the banking sector alone. You have to go across, and it has given you the lucrative sectors. And I cannot see anywhere here that insurance is mentioned. So for me, I'm sticking to the sectors that pay good dividend. I'm not saying insurance sector is not good, but it's not good enough for me. Over the next 20 years, I believe Dangote Cement has the characteristics of a company capable of continuing to create shareholders' value through a combination of earnings growth and dividend, provided management maintain its current discipline and the company adapts to changes in the market. Okay, so this is where we will end this. The link is already in my Telegram group. Just look for that link in the Telegram group and click it. You can come back and read this all over again. And you can see it's how do you say? It's personalizing this to me. Because when you begin to chat with ChatGPT, it will understand who you are, where you are going, how old are you, what is your vision, when do you plan to retire. ChatGPT will understand all those things. So when you now give it a report to read, it will be reading it, knowing your age, your plan for retirement, your vision, your goal, and it will be telling you, okay, this is a stock you should hold. This is a stock you shouldn't hold. This is a stock you should sell. This is how you should balance your portfolio. This is what you should do. If you are planning for retirement, it will tell you the way to go. So I have to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for a very good time. We've been here for, is it 2.5 hours? From 7 to about 10. Oh, I can't believe this. 3.5 hours. You guys have been very patient, and I think you enjoyed this session. So anybody want to say anything before we leave? Probably we have 2-3 minutes. Anybody want to say anything? Any last question?
Yes. Thank you for your time to do this enlightenment. But fine, me, I've abandoned all this stock issues since 2008 when we have this crash, this economic downtime then. But I want to ask, like all my stocks now that I have, I was unable to get the dividends and even all those registrars. For instance, this coronation registrar now is telling me they don't have my signature specimen. Meanwhile, I bought all these stocks through a stockbroker. So what do you advise to? Because that stockbroker too now, they are having issue that maybe they don't know what they are doing. I don't understand. So how do I get all these registrars to confirm all what I have before now going to, okay, how do I get my dividends back? Because the only one I was able to do or get where they have app is this Greenwich. Though I saw my Wema Bank there, but the Echo Bank Transnational something, I didn't get that one. It wasn't credited to that account. So I don't know how to go about all this.
Okay. Quick question. How many stocks do you have? How many stocks do you have? 2, 4, 5, 10? Sorry?
I have about 10.
You have about 10. Okay. What is the value of your portfolio?
Because I've abandoned it now for a long time. So this last month was when I just say, okay, let me see. And to my surprise, when I came back, I have over 4 million altogether.
4 million. Okay. You have about 10 stocks and it's about 4 million. That's 4 million for 10 stocks. Okay. Yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad. Though normally,
What actually happened was that I sold all of them when there's this 2008 crisis. I sold all of them, but the one I was unable to sell were the one that was staying there. Do you understand? And the one I even regretted most was this Oceanic Bank that this Echo Bank bought that crashed. They just gave me to 14 units against 10,000 units I have for Oceanic Bank. So I was wondering.
okay, what we are going to do, is not something we can start and finish the discussion about your stocks. So after the meeting, you can send me a personal DM on my Telegram account, not in the group, Just send me a personal, or in the group, you can say hello to me. And then if I find your name, then I can now send you a personal message. Then we can go through your stocks. If you need to rebalance, I will show you how to rebalance your portfolio. If you want to register with the registrars, then we can find who are the registrars for your stocks. You will register with them. If you have already registered with a CSCS, that's good. If not, I will show you the link to register with CSCS. Because, like I said from the very beginning, your stocks will be with the stockbroker, it will be with the CSCS, and it will be with the registrar. But which one is the safest for you? Is the CSCS. Your stockbroker can go out of business. The registrar can go out of business. As long as your stocks are on CSCS, it is safe. And you can see everything. Again, you might have 2 or 3 stockbrokers and buy shares from different stockbrokers. You might have 2 or 3 registrars across all the stocks you have, but there is only one CSCS. So everything can be seen in one page with CSCS. But with regards to stockbroker, you have to log into each stockbroker before you can see each of the stocks you have with those stockbroker. With regards to the registrar, you have to log into each registrar before you can see which stocks those registrars are managing for you. But everything put together is in one page with CSCS. So you need CSCS, and you should be able to log in and see your stocks. But after this meeting, send me a message in the Telegram group, and then we will have a private conversation. Okay, anybody else want to say anything quickly before we just round this up and close? Anybody? Does anyone have anything else to say? Question? Can everybody see the link I put in the chat? The link for the Telegram platform. Can everybody see it? Talk to me, please. Is anybody still on in the meeting?
There's no link here. There's no link here.
I put the link to the Telegram platform in the chat. Is there? Let me have a look again. Is there? Yeah, I can see it.
No, you have to put it on this Zoom because you don't have the
In the
Telegram.
Zoom, that's what I'm talking about. In the Zoom, okay, let me put it again. I put it in the Zoom, but let me do it again. I know I put it, but let me just bear with me. Okay, I'm going to put it again in the Zoom. Okay. Copy link. Right. Okay. So we can see your messages, everyone. Okay. Okay. So I'm putting this again. This. Okay. Let me type. Okay. So this is the link to the Telegram group. This is the link to the Telegram group. Okay. Group. Okay. Okay. Can everyone see the link again? Can everyone see the link? Please talk to me. Let me know whether you can see the link or not. Nobody is talking to me.
You can see now. You can see now.
Good. Okay, then. All right. So if you need to copy it, because once this meeting ends, you might not be able to come back in and copy that link. So once you copy that link and you are on the group, then you can send me a personal message or DM me if you have anything you want to discuss privately. If you want me to have a quick look at your stocks. And on the Telegram group, I've put a link there. If you want to chat with me or have a one-to-one talk, there is a link there that you can book a 30 minutes or 1 hour free. And then we can talk. I can look at your portfolio, tell you if you need to rebalance, if there are some that you need to sell. Anything that is not paying you dividend or paying you 20 kobo, 30 kobo, I'll tell you which ones you need to sell and which ones you need to buy. And I'll probably do it for you on stock analysis. So without me even telling you what to sell, you can see the figures there in stock analysis. You will know that, oh, this one is different from the others. This one is not performing at all. I will show you everything practically. So copy the link to the group, and then you can chat with me on the group or you can chat with me privately. All right. So last 1 minute. Last person to ask any question, or we just round it up and we close for the day. Last question, anybody? No lady has been talking. Okay, I think a few ladies have spoken. So is there anyone else, or should we call it a day? Should we call it a day? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. This time, next Sunday, we're coming back again. Prepare your questions and let's talk again. Thank you very much, and I will see you next week.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate.
You are all welcome. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.